Race fans, welcome to the hallowed grounds of the Talladega Superspeedway for round 9 of the 2025A OSCA Weekend Woodsmen Series for tonight's running of the Darin Stapf Paint 200. We're back from a much-needed break for Easter and ready to show you some fast 3-wide action right here on 3-wide TV. I'm Cameron Rich, here with Ty McIntosh in the booth and Carlos Acosta bringing you these amazing camera shots. And last time we raced, we were at the old Atlanta Motor Speedway, seeing AJ Clemens and James Miller both get their second wins on the season. Not without some controversy, though, as we'll get into later tonight. And we're running a little bit late tonight here, so let's go ahead and get into our picks, and then we will get into our points. So who's starting us off tonight?
I am starting us off, and I'm going to go with the newest heel in the field, the newest bad guy. I'm going to go with Zach Evans. Cam, you're up.
All right, I am going to go with, let's go with Dave Carpenter. I like that pick.
PP?
Oh, we are going with the first half race winner as usual, Mr. Goody.
I like that. I'd like that pick more if he wasn't getting any OL.
That's fine.
Probably who you got?
This is tricky. You know what? I'm going to use it. Give me David Westergaard.
Carlos, who you got?
Well, I always like to go with somebody kind of in the middle of the pack, but I in these races, but I want someone who's going to finish this race up front. I'm going to go with my driver, Aaron Evans. I think he's going to survive the huge mayhem and get a top 10 finish.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. And my girlfriend's not here, but she gave me a list of people she wants, and she's going to go with the 04 of Matt Hackathorn.
It's a valid pick. And a name that we have mentioned to have a little controversy from last week, so we will roll right into that, I guess. Cam, you mentioned it, you alluded to it. There was an incident, multiple incidents that have happened. Vic also alluded to it with Zach Evans. So Zach is now in an all-black number 6 truck with his name on it. If you've seen wrestling recently, you know who that's alluding to. You also mentioned that we saw AJ Clemens. And who won the second race? It's been so long. And the pneumonia. I'm losing it.
It was James Miller that won the second race.
James Miller, that's correct.
Yeah, that's one of the drivers that's going to be centered around the controversy here tonight. We're going to try to get your points up. Just waiting for the stream to get up on our side. If you could get that going for us, Carlos.
Sorry.
Thank you very much. Yeah, not a problem.
You guys can start talking about points. I'll show the graphic when I get that up. Let me get the I'll relate up to you guys.
All right, all good. We'll have your
Qualifying.
points up here shortly. Go ahead, Ty.
Qualifying starting to wrap up here. We got about 50-some seconds left. Right now, some unusual favorites, but two guys that are very familiar with each other and very good teammates. Mr. Michael Goodman in the 44 machine and Dustin Dewar, they are 1 and 2 with some redux culprits in the 3rd and 4th spot, as we see right there. Zach Evans. Oh, goodness gracious.
That was a hit. Hopefully we don't see that in the race. That's something you definitely can happen in the race pretty easily here with how these brakes don't work very well.
It's our pole sitter that just absolutely ran over Dakota Pignataro. That's unfortunate there, but everybody's going to get down pit road. So I just realized also you are not seeing the Zach Evans paint scheme that we are all seeing. You will shortly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I was going to say you will shortly, I'm sure. It's just we're trying to get everything going, so don't panic. But as we see the points here, Daniel Gore with about a 62-point lead over James Miller and AJ Clemens. They're both tied, 2 points back to Dylan Thomas. Austin Beers in the 5th spot, David Westergaard 6th. That's been your players so far as we started the season. Your team standings, same thing we've seen. South Shore, Team Mixture, Rich Redux, Base Designs has been a very consistent 4th best team and have had a really good run. So look for them to try to make some noise tonight at a plate track as qualifying has concluded. So we will get through that. I'm assuming without the graphic, unless things have changed.
No, unfortunately, the iRacing TV app is just not working tonight. But we still have old reliable. Let's go ahead and bring that up.
All right, cool. You want to go ahead and take us away, Ty?
I guess I will. Michael Goodman is going to start on the pole there for Goody Inc. Dusty Dewar to his outside in the number 32 machine. Rolling off third and fourth, Redux teammates Daniel Gore and Jake Scarborough. Matt Haggathorn and Dylan Thomas, row 3. Another Redux truck and Noah Brown will roll off 7th. Dallas Myhand 8th. Patrick Hehe rolls off 9th, and Aaron Evans will roll off 10th in the number 48 machine.
All right, my pick himself, it's big sexy Dave Carpenter, rolls off in P11. Next to him is Dakota Pignataro in that 18 machine. Then we got a probably one of the favorites, I think, here tonight. The number 9 of David Westergreen, he's going to roll off in 13th. Santiago Aguirre rolls off in P14. He has a couple of restrictor point wins to his name, so look for him to be strong. Ray Bracey, Bojo rolls off in 15th. Adam Peeler rolls off in 16th. Zach Evans, the heel himself. Look for that all black truck, and you won't be able to miss it tonight because it says Zach Evans all over it. He'll be rolling off 17th. Interestingly enough, next to the driver or one of the drivers he has a little bit of beef with, James Miller, he rolls off right next to him, P18. AJ Clemens and Neil Rutt, short trackers, roll off in P19 and P20.
Austin Beer's going to be a noble name to look to go through the field. He's going to roll off 21st. Nate Paul, 22nd. 23rd, Jordan Tarble. 24th, our race sponsor, Darin Stapf. 25th, Gilberto Javier Gomera. 26th, Caden Tufts. In 27th, Thomas Capuano will roll off shotgun. And that is your 27 truck field here for Talladega in the Darin Stapf Paints 200. We're going to roll for our pace laps. A little bit of race information for you folks at home. We're getting there. 38 laps, both halves. 22 cars will invert the pole position for the second half. 2 sets of tires in the pits. And should have, I would say, about the same stuff we've seen at Daytona. Everybody's a little more comfortable. The bad news is Michael Goodman did qualify on the pole. However, no banner on that truck, so he will have to serve an EOL to start half number 1, but he does get the pole award trophy.
Yeah, we know he's going to be flying to the field. Goody's a good plate racer himself. He knows how to make the right moves, and that 44 won't be in the back too long, so I wouldn't worry about him too terribly much. And I think this is going to be a good one, Ty. I was talking to some of the drivers, and they said that you can push pretty hard. These trucks have a lot of downforce. That big spoiler in the back gives you plenty of confidence to kind of just do what you need to do and make those aggressive pushes. So I think we're going to see a good one here tonight. And, of course, just to roll back something we were talking about right at the beginning of the broadcast, team element. Of course, you need teammates here at these types of tracks, and it's the perfect type of race for a team like Binks, or maybe even, someone further on back to make a big swing in those team points if they can get good finishes here tonight. So we've seen Redux, we've seen South Shore, we've seen TMR at points, RK, they've all played the team game pretty well, and it'll be interesting to see who does it best here tonight.
Absolutely, and I mean, you look at it, Redux starting off really strong there with a good portion of their trucks there inside the top 5 with Daniel Gore, Jake Scarborough, Noah Brown. You've got the 32 and the 44, not technical teammates, but teammates that push really well together and were teammates. The RKM trucks are up there, the South Shore trucks. It's going to be action-packed.
I'm very excited for tonight. Pace truck is off. Obligatory mention of the start-finish line at Talladega being about 300 feet down from this point on the racetrack. Here is the restart zone, so we'll see these trucks get going about right here on the loud pedal. All of them go. So we are green here at Talladega. Start tonight's 38 laps of action. Daniel Gore and Dustin Dewar. After that penalty for Michael Goodman, he has gone to the back and is now between those two up at the front. And we've seen those two get together, I believe, at Atlanta. Dustin Dewar and Daniel Gore got into each other a little bit there, but good start for that inside row. It's really going to be a race of the lines here tonight. See who has the best push. That push comes from behind in these trucks. And right now it is the 04 of Matt Hackathorn giving a great push to that 69 of Daniel Gore. He's about a car length ahead of that top line right now. It looks like the bottom line is very strong.
Yeah, and something to note, we talked about it at Daytona. The Redux guys were working really well together. They just made a couple off pushes that maybe weren't centered as perfectly as they could have been. They're probably going to look to try to better this race and try to bring home the results that they were getting beforehand. Matt Hackathorn is all over the back bumper. Daniel Gore trying to shove him as he's going to lead lap 1.
Here comes that outside line. Dustin Dewar with a great push from the 77 of Jake Scarborough. Look for that truck to be very strong tonight. We've seen Jake Scarborough win a couple of these Super Speedway races. We know he's very, very good at these types of tracks, and he's given a good push to that 32. I'm not sure, maybe, is there going to be some team play here? Because he is going to be technically pushing that car past his teammate here, which right now doesn't really matter too much. Looks like he's just going to do it. But, ooh, that was not a great moment right there for the 32. He got sideways off the bumper of that 77, and that has messed up the second and third lanes here. Dustin Dewar is in that sucker hole, and he's going probably to the back now. He slots in about a P4 right there.
Yeah, I think that's the good thing right there. His teammate, 87 Apache K, he was able to catch him, tuck him back in line. Looked like he maybe wanted to slide down in front of the 69 Daniel Gore and just realized that hole was closing a little too quickly for him. But now we shuffle to the outside lane. Jake Scarborough now leads with Dylan Thomas in a Ricky Bobby themed truck. As Austin Beers and Aaron Evans, they're getting into each other back there. Still, Aaron Evans running Austin Beers really tight. Beers not really having it. And they're still going at it. This is
yeah, they need to give each other some room there. That's going to end in yeah. One of those needs to back off, and that's going to end in a wreck, and we don't need to be having that right there. I think that's a case where the drivers just need to like keep their ego and stop a little bit, but they're still getting to each other there. Good Lord.
I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't think this is on Austin Beers at all. Aaron Evans is trying to get air and stay in the draft there, but there's not really draft there as we got cars all over the place. The outside lane is going to fly by the inside lane. They have completely demolished here. Hackathorn is under the double yellow line. They're 3 wide now. Jake Scarborough is going to try to get to the bottom in front of Austin Beers. Dylan Thomas is going to lead lap 4.
Yeah, Chaos, as we were just talking about him being in some trouble there, Austin Beers is now running in second, and he's looking for the lead, but he's right behind that 13 Ricky Bobby machine of Dylan Thomas. He's driven from about P5 to the lead now, so we have a big swing of positions here on lap number 4.
I mean, they looked pretty formed up as they came out of 3 and 4, but then they got to the tri-oval and it all fell apart. I don't know if that was maybe a bad push there, but nonetheless, how about Michael Goodman? Went to the back. He is already up to P6 in that 44 machine. He is on the mission.
Yeah, looking back at it a little bit, it looks like the 04 of Hackathorn, he just kind of ducked out of line and just in an awkward spot out of turn number 4 there, went on the apron and everybody just kind of scattered. But yeah, Austin Beers and Dylan Thomas up here. Michael Goodman already up to P6, and I think that 44 is going to be probably up at the top 3 here in just a few seconds because that truck is very fast.
Indirectly, the shuffling around there lined up those 3 Redux trucks on the inside just behind our front 2 there, so they are lined up pretty well. Santiago is right in front of them, or right to the outside of them, actually, on that outside lane, so I would look for him to maybe try to tuck down with those guys. But out front right now, Dallas Myhan, Aaron Evans, the 2 RKM teammates, they are flying by Austin Beers with some help from the 44 and the 32.
Those 2 Chevys are flying, and the 48, he is a rookie in this series, but doing a good job out there pushing his teammate. And new position for him, he's got to be the blocker now. He's got to look in his mirror and look out the windshield, make sure he doesn't run over his teammate, and make sure he can keep those trucks behind him. So kind of a trial by fire for that driver out here tonight, and we'll see how he handles it. We're going to be on board with him.
There's not going to be much blocking that 44 and 32, man. These guys, they work together so well on these plate tracks. We've seen them do it so many times, not even just in OSCA, but across all leagues. We're starting to see maybe a little bit of tandeming. We got the 48 and the 41. We got the 19 and the 13. You got the 32 and the 44. You got Thomas Capuano and Caden Tufts now. They're flying up on the outside lane.
Yeah, big mover, Thomas Capuano. We're on board with him right now. He's up 19 spots, it looks like, and looking for more. That 21 truck looks very fast. Now on board with the 88 of Santiago. He has actually, he's gained 7 himself, so he's moving up from front. Got something on the screen there, some telemetry it looks like. It looks like telemetry. Can't tell for sure, but you got a track map. That's sensitive Redux data right there.
Yeah,
the secret shape of Talladega Super Speedway.
I'm really glad that he didn't get lost at these couple right turns we've got tonight, man. I'm really, that track map is going to come in pivotal for him. As he doesn't look puzzled at all by anything he's looking at.
We're looking a little bit further back in the field there on your screen. It looks like we got a bit of the field probably just hanging out a little bit. Probably looks like back behind about Patrick Hahey, about Dave Carpenter on back. Looks like they're all just kind of chilling right now, just riding in line. I didn't get a number on fuel. I'm not sure if you did, Ty, but I'm thinking that it's probably going to be around 20 laps on fuel. If I had to take a wild stab in the dark there, which is probably entirely wrong. But yeah, that big conga line of cars is pretty indicative of everybody's kind of just chilling, saving fuel there, just riding. This is we're on lap 7 now, lap 8, I think. We got 30 laps to go, which doesn't sound like a lot, but can sure be a lot at these plate tracks.
Gentlemen,
Absolutely.
I do have bad news. I have updated training paints 3 times, and by updated, I have closed it, turned it back on, refreshed the paints 3 times, and it doesn't appear to be an issue on my end. I just think training paints is really just not agreeing with Zach Evans' car tonight.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
had a little bit of
weird.
issues myself for the race, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, I don't know. Training paints might, because like when I look at mine, I see it. When I look at yours, I don't. I don't know what's going on. Training paints is certainly on one. As Dustin Dewar is going to move to the outside of his former teammate there, and he's going to take a push from Thomas Capuano. He will lead lap 8. Notable names that have made their way up to the field. Can we also just the 4th and 5th trucks on that outside lane? Anybody want a little shaken bacon? Huh?
That's Cal Naughton and Ricky Bobby paint schemes from Talladega Nights right there. There's only about 8 trucks on the outside there now. The outside line, which originally had about 15 or so, has kind of dissipated, but they are holding tight. That Dustin Dewar leading that line. They have held on to that bottom line so far. We'll have to see how long they can, because usually when you see a situation like this, the outside line kind of falls apart pretty quickly. Everybody kind of just ducks to the inside, and then we have a long train of cars here. So we'll see how long they hang outside there and how long they persist with trying to make that line work. On board here with Dylan Thomas. He's running in 10th right now behind his Talladega Nights teammate. And it would be nice to see him do a little shake and bake, go to the 3rd line, and maybe make something work here. But it looks like everybody's just kind of chilling right now, I'd have to think.
Yeah, I know we normally we've talked about how these guys have kind of gotten comfortable just riding, but it makes me wonder if we're doing a little bit of fuel saving. There's a lot of gaps between these trucks that we haven't really seen at these plate races. As you now look, I think our front pack is probably about 13 trucks, and then there's probably about 2 or 3 tenths. Oh, the shaking and baking is happening.
Yeah, we have Bacon, and we got Shaken up here on the 3rd lane here. That's Adam Peeler on board with him. He has he's got his teammate with him, Ricky Bobby, in the 13. We'll see if they can make any headway. That 2nd line has kind of died. They've only got Dustin Dewar, and I believe that's Goody there. So they are trying their best. It's just when you have the game of numbers right here with about, 20-some trucks on the bottom and 2 versus 3 on the 2nd and 3rd lanes, it just there's only so much you can do with the way the air moves here. So I don't expect that 27 of Peeler to make too much more room or headway past that 32, but maybe, you never know with how this draft works.
I don't know. They're starting to impress me a little bit. They're ripping the top pretty good. They're getting a good run through the corner, and they're going to carry off the corner. I would say that they're probably going to be up to about the 48 machine, if not even with him, pretty quickly here. And they're actually going to go past the 48. They're going to be dead even with Dallas as we head into 3 and 4. A little bit of help coming to the middle lane if Caden Tufts can get there, but it doesn't look like he will. Everybody else pretty much single file, just spread out behind him. Right now, the action on that top side with Adam Peeler, Michael Goodman in the middle, and Dallas Mahan on that bottom side.
Yeah, I ate my words there. That top line is doing pretty well there, and a new player up here is the 66 of Neil Rutt. He's gotten himself up in the top 5 battle here. Started in P20, so good little gain for him. And that top side, actually, I think Peeler just took the lead there. He's going to go ahead and take that bottom side. I don't think Thomas is clear. Yes, he is, just barely. They both move right in front of that 44 of Goody and the 66 of Rutt. He's just kind of left out to dry a little bit, so he's going to have to figure it out there. But that top line, definitely good to see that work. And you got to think that all those drivers probably in the back that maybe are chilling right now probably saw that and, keeping that in their memory bank for the end of this race, see what kind of moves they can make. There's Neil Rutt and Dustin Dewar trying at it again. There's currently in, I believe that's 3rd and that's 4th and 5th now. They're trying to make something, but I don't think that's going to work anymore. That bottom line is just too strong. So, as I say that, 44 of Goody decides to take the outside and give them a little bit extra help.
I don't know why, but Zach Gavin's scheme only works on my 2nd computer. So this is the scheme that everyone's been talking about. Can't get it to show up for some reason on the main one, so we do apologize to Zach. Although we do think it is outside of our control.
Yeah, it's the John Cena-esque heel Zach Evans paint scheme that we've been talking about with that new mentality for Zach. And so far, running inside the top 10. I know it's very early on and things happen very quickly. Plate races, but going pretty good so far. Nonetheless, that 2nd pack, a little bit further back, we've got a group coming up. It's the South Shore boys, AJ Plemons, David Westergreen, Bojo. They're making their way up. They had Darin Stapf and Caden Tufts with them, but they're going to be right up to the outside of this the 2nd lane here pretty quickly on. So we are about coming up on halfway through half number 1. Adam Peeler and Michael Goodman still your leaders. Neil Rutt, Dylan Thomas. and Dallas Myhan right now round out the top 5 with Dustin Dewar up there as well. And David's going to go straight to the outside. I don't know about this one, boss.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, just like I was saying a minute ago, maybe they saw that 27 and 13 make that move around the outside, and they thought that maybe now is the time to move. They're all up there right now, the South Shore boys, so trying to make something happen. And who's that with them? That's actually another South Shore one. That's AJ Clemens. And it looks like it's kind of working, Ty. They're making some headway. It looks like Western Green is even up there with Adam Peeler, and yeah, I mean, that outside line looks to be a little speedy tonight. If you have about 3 or 4 trucks with you, you can definitely make something work, at least in this early stage of the race.
I mean, absolutely. I wasn't really questioning their ability to do it. It was more or less just the run that David had. I didn't think that it was going to do much, but they were able to build another one up pretty quickly. Zach Evans is going to pop up to help them, and right as they go down. So I'm sure that that's going to be something that Zach Evans is probably going to put in the memory bank. It's a very common thing for Zach to try to make a move to help them and get left. So Zach, knowingly there, is probably going to tuck AJ out and just say, hey, man, hold on. You'll get your turn. And he's going to try to work with them and try to get them back out to the outside lane. But maybe a little bit of miscommunication there to keep your eye on.
I think we'll be having some pit stops here, not too long here, and you have to think that everybody's probably going to want to try to get to the bottom here. We're on board with the monster truck scheme, which Zach Evans, which was the black Zach Evans car and is now back to what he ran at last week's event, or excuse me, 2 weeks ago, but the last event we had in OSCA. But you can pretend like it's the black Zach Evans machine. He's run behind his teammate here.
I'm sorry,
excuse me, not his teammate. That is not.
Hold on now.
Is that Pepsi Bojo flavor?
That's Peeps Bojo.
No. Is it? No, it's Pepsi Bojo.
Yeah, but it's Peeps Pepsi Bojo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
That was a bump right there from the 6 to the 7, and 7 got all sorts of sideways there down the backstretch. Good thing they were able to keep it keep it straight. Oh, there we go. Yep.
I just had to uninstall and reinstall Trading Panes, and everyone's going down pit road.
Oh, yeah, big gaggle here. It looks like the RK boys. There's Dustin Dewar. There's Adam Peeler there. Dave Carpenter a little further on back. I think Neil Rutt, Darren Stapf, I see him. So Santiago Aguirre is in that group. He doesn't have the rest of his arcade teammates, so shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Are you good? You mean Redux?
Did I say arcade? Yeah,
buddy.
Well, if you take the middle letters out of Redux, it's almost arcade.
Yeah, except there's an X, not a K, but that's besides the point. And they drive Chevrolets, but that's fine. We won't talk about it. David Westergreen, Bojo, they're new leaders. South Shore trucks, the Redux trucks, they are all out front with Zach Evans, Austin Beers, Thomas Capuano. So a conglomerate of cars here. They're going to come in this time. We're going to see how good they can get into pit road. David Westergreen might have locked him up. Bojo definitely locked him up. What about tire smoke?
South Shore, the rest of Redux, TMR.
Look at the shake and bake guys, and Binks Racing pulled out significantly ahead of everyone else. They're going to have a huge advantage.
That was a great stop and great pit entry for those boys. They are scooting away right now.
I mean, when you look at Adam Peeler, if you have his onboard up, he's got a mustache and everything. He is Cal Naughton, so I'm not surprised.
I checked his camera feed, and his camera feed is not working. So I don't know if Vic is listening, if at some point during the halfway break, he can remind drivers to turn on their cameras. If they want to, of course.
I know Adam was all hyped up about the mustache.
I'd say with the kind of run he's putting out tonight, I think he needs to keep it. It sounds like it's a good luck charm.
It also, from what he was telling me, it won him a bunch of gift cards at his work thing. It won him Starbucks gift cards. I'm like, dude, keep it. If you're making money off of a mustache, are you kidding me?
Now we're talking about like a real one, right? Like not like a little cartoon.
Like, dude, it's like Kyle Petty back in the day, kind of.
Yeah, he does have pretty wild facial hair. I've seen it a few times. So, yeah
Vector no more.
If some razor company is watching, throw some money towards the 27. You know, he uses your product a lot.
Like Manscaped, throw some money. Anybody, throw Bojo some money too for quick shifts. You know, throw all the money. Speaking of the Bojo,
the best.
Did Gillette? What about the best push kit get, huh?
We're in the middle of a pit cycle here. Currently cycled out to the South Shore boys of Dave Westergreen and Ray Racer. They're leading the Redux boys of Daniel Gore and Noah Brown, and then it's Austin Beers, Scarborough, Miller, Hackthorne, Evans, and Flemons in the rest of the top 10 right now. And it looks like we're pretty spread out, so we'll be probably a couple laps here. We'll probably see these packs converge back together, and we'll have some 2 and 3 wide racing to the end here. But it looks like I don't see any going through the field here. Looks like the Arcade Boys of Dallas and Aaron had some kind of issue on their stop because they are pretty far behind right now. So I will check on that and see if we can get an update. Might have been speeding or...
I didn't see anything out of his score.
Yeah, I've not got a notification of anybody speeding. Although I have, since I updated iRace Control, I am seeing this new thing called now saying somebody went to NIW. I don't know what that means.
Huh. Yeah, no, I'm curious what that abbreviates for. Is it a portal? Is it timeout? Like what is NIW?
But like it's happening a lot. Like I'm seeing Jordan Tarbo recently 3 times on lap 17. A message popped up saying Jordan Tarbo went to NIW.
Unless could it be the network?
It could
something the network something warning. I don't know. I just work here.
Network intermittent warning.
That's probably
that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if OSCA is running it.
Well,
I don't think it's questionable. I think you have to do it.
Just a quick update on those Arcade Boys. It looks like they just took 4 tires and the rest of the field didn't do that. So it's probably a short fuel stop here for most everybody, and they probably just lost the time with the tires here. But we do have 2 and 3 wide racing. As I predicted a lap ago, I think we have it a little early. We got like the Westergreen and Bojo and Miller now 3 wide for the lead here. And Miller was your last winner out here. Last time we were at Atlanta, he won half 2. So trying to do it 2 in a row.
Saw Zach Evans reluctantly maybe got up to the back of him. He's going to push him. Those guys, these were 3 separate packs. I do want to point out they were 3, maybe 2 separate packs that the second pack was able to catch on to the back of the Redux and South Shore pack and then kind of conglomerate again to make one huge pack. So Bojo is going to lead that middle lane. He's got some help from Matt Hackathorne and Dustin Dewar. David Westergreen on the bottom. Shout out to David Westergreen, by the way. Fun fact, something he did tell me about what happened last week. Got his 100th OSCA top 10 in Atlanta and half 1 last week, so congrats to him on that. That's our OSCA Iron Man.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. It's you miss a week for a holiday, man, and everybody they clown you because you say last week, and it's going to happen a lot. Bojo's going to go to the bottom to help David Westergreen. That's going to leave James Miller out there on that 3rd lane with Matt Hackathorne in the middle. 2 trucks really starting to fade off the back of this pack. I believe it's AJ Plemons and maybe the 00 of Caden Tufts. They're kind of trailing back, or the 45 of Darin Stapf. Sorry, they're trailing just a little bit. But 16 to go, Cam. We're past halfway now. The aggression and the excitement level of this race is only going to keep picking up from here.
Oh yeah, it's all out from here. 16 laps of Talladega goes by in a flash if you are you go green. So on board with Darin Stapf here. He's got a lot of trucks in front of him. He is currently, I am showing, running 18.
Parachute sweater.
That is pretty cool, I gotta say. And
did he buy that Facebook Marketplace like sweaters?
I'm doing a Mountain Dew check here real quick, and I think we see a little bit less on his desk than normal. I think he's usually kind of piled up about like 10 cans or so. I only see about 6 right there. So,
he's got the motivation. I mean, that's like having a Bible verse on your car, man. You look to the right, and it's a picture of Ricky Bobby, and it says, "If you're not first, you're last." What more do you need? I mean, this is peak America right here, man.
Maybe the Austin 316.
Yeah, you know what? That's right. Austin 316 says, "I just whooped your ass." Yeah, I said it.
Oh, gave us a little wave on the broadcast, so.
Yeah.
He knows we're watching. Pause.
Yeah. Need to do a little bit, need to pass, 16, 17 trucks to make that little proverb on his right side true, but 15 laps to go. He's got plenty of time and also no time at all at the same time, as we're talking about. It goes by in a hurry, so These guys are going to have to start making their moves there. There's Dave Carpenter on the apron. My pick of the race, actually. Looks like he is falling back just a little bit, but gets back in line there. So still 3 wide here. The heel, Zach Evans, who has decided that fun is no longer a thing in OSCA. He was kind of going off about that earlier. He's now about to be leading this race, and I got to wonder if he thinks that's fun or if he's just in there kind of like, I hate this, and this is just a race, you know, how he's kind of dealing with that mindset. But he is battling the team that he kind of had a bit of a beef with, and that's the 04 and 09 teammates of Hackathorn and Miller. So be interesting to see how that plays out near the end of the race. It kind of always seems to play out that way, doesn't it, Ty? You're always near the driver that you want to be beefing with, so
yeah.
Interesting.
Never really a fun time to be fighting for a win, and you know, you look to your outside or you look behind you in your mirror and you see a guy that you maybe had a little bit of beef with earlier on in the season or last season, or maybe somebody that owes you one, because then you're like, well, I'm in danger. And normally 9 times out of 10, that's a very fair statement. We can see the 32 and the 44, they're going under the WL line. I'm a little confused there.
They're just blocking.
Oh, Matt Hackathorn, he's going to leave his teammate. He's going to go with Jake Scarborough in the middle. Matt Hackathorn's going to go to the lead. Jake Scarborough to second. James Miller is in the sucker hole.
No, he's got help.
Yeah, interesting development there, but he does have help. Yeah, he had the 32 of Dewar, but Dewar just pulled down again, and now he's got interesting how that worked out. He's now got the 6 of Zach Evans behind him, pushing him out to the lead. So big run for that middle line. They are scooting to the lead pretty positively so here, and Evans is going to give a little bump to the 09 of Miller, and Miller is going to lead that lap. So, I mean, that kind of worked out pretty well for the Team R teammates. Now they are leading both lines.
Also might have helped there. Adam Peeler was able to get behind Zach Evans, so Zach now has a friend if Zach wanted to make a move. I have to imagine that he might, as their teammate Dylan Thomas is now going to get there. So now he has 2 friends in line. So if Zach Evans wants to make a move, why not make the move on the guy that you might not like as much? And there it is. There they go. It is.
Yep, there's the move. He's got a teammate behind him. Got his teammate behind him and got a bunch of trucks behind him as well. Got the 13 of Ricky Bobby, Dylan Thomas in there, 32 of Dustin Dewar, and the Redux truck. There's the 77 of Scarborough, and I believe behind him is actually another TMR truck. That's Beers. But pretty good move right there, and he's got plenty of help to do it with. So 10 laps to go here, and we'll see if they can do something to control this race. Oh, sorry, 11 laps to go. I read that completely wrong.
That was a train if I've ever seen one. Dustin Dewar now to the outside with help from Jake Scarborough and Austin Beers. He's going to get shoved out to the lead here. Everybody's moving everywhere, man. I wonder, I doubt that we're close on fuel. I think everybody probably played it safe. Maybe the guys that hit it early. I doubt it. Austin Beers now going to look to the inside of Jake Scarborough. They're going to leave Dusty. Dusty's going to kind of clear himself. That was terrifying. So we got a lap car up here. It's going to be Jordan Tarble. Lapper knows his rights. He's hugging the bottom. This might play out a little tricky here as they're going to try to shuffle around him. Oh, no, Brown hard into the wall.
Yep, that was no caution yet. He looks like he's kept it straight and definitely not driving straight after that. It was a hard hit to the right side of that truck. Is flattened, so flat that I'm sure IHOP would love to serve it on their menu. But yeah, he's going to be slow as heck now, and I got to go back and watch what happened there. But that definitely was off the bumper of the 6. I saw that, but I didn't see what actually transpired to make that happen.
To me, he wasn't aware that maybe they were moving up to give room to the guys on the bottom. He couldn't really see it. I mean, looking at his onboard, he was kind of tucked behind Jake Scarborough from the view, and then he was there. So Zach went up to try to get around Jordan, and there was just kind of nowhere for him to go. So I think, Zach Evans pushed Austin Beers, got him a little out of shape there.
Yeah, I think
the Zach Evans of 2 weeks ago probably would have backed off a little bit, but the Zach Evans of this week is holding his foot down, holding his line. Also, no surprise, Noah Brown did get a meatball flag.
Yeah, well, safe to say, probably add that meatball to what they're serving at IHOP off the front of that truck. So that was a good call out. It made me chuckle. I appreciate it. Even with pneumonia, and I did cough a little bit. I appreciate that, Cam. That was a good one.
Yeah, fun fact here, apparently IHOP's pancakes are a lot smaller than they used to be, so I don't know. That truck is a little bit smaller than it used to be, too. A couple inches narrower. Here's Zach Evans making an aggressive move here on the outside line. He's got Westergreen and Bojo, the South Shore teammates, going with him. And I would have to agree, I think the Zach Evans of 2 weeks ago wouldn't have made that move. I looked at it again. I think he moved more than the 65 did. It's a moot point because no caution came out. Nobody's going to get pegged for anything there. But Noah Brown just a little disappointed for him because or a little disappointed on his part because he is so close to the end of the race and just now really not going to get any points for it. But got a good battle up here for the lead. The 6 of Evans. Here comes Austin Beers again in the middle line. He's trying to make those lines that nobody else wants to be using work, and actually kind of is working for him. He's got help from that 27 of Peeler and trying to make that sucker hole do something for him. I think that's probably going to make it on another video here a couple days after this one, but
yeah, you've teed up a couple good ones. I didn't want to say anything, but you said a P word. That was a pretty good one.
I did think about
Bojo,
that one.
If you're listening, hit that one for me, please, big dog. Speaking of Bojo, he's going to make a huge run to the outside. He's got help from the other South Shore truck of AJ Plemons. Zach Evans now leads the middle lane with help from David Westergreen. We got 3x3x3 all the way back. 7 to go here this time around from Talladega. Dusty Dewar leads. There's a lapper on the bottom. No Kevin LePage, please.
Yep, he's going to keep it down there. Jordan Tarble once again, so he's a couple laps down now. The inside line still has a lot of trucks down there. It's 3 versus 2 versus a lot on that bottom side. Currently, Dustin Dewar and Jake Scarborough are your leaders on that bottom lane and your leaders overall. Here comes those 2 outside lanes once again. Zach Evans and the South Shore teammates, Bojo and, well, actually, there's 3 South Shore teammates and 2 different lines there. There's 9, 7, and 67 all teammates, and trying to do something with that 6 of Zach Evans, and they're pretty up there. They're making it work. Let's see if they can get maybe 1 more truck up there, or best case scenario, maybe even 2. We've seen that outside line be able to scoot around and make a slingshot type move and just go. So maybe 6 laps to go. These drivers are probably thinking what their move is going to be, and there's not a lot of time left.
Yeah, and I mean, something that is really different on these trucks, the side draft does not do nearly as much. As I'm hearing cars pitting this time, 27, the 88, 71 pitting this time.
Oh, wow.
87 pitting this time. We got a lot of pitters.
That is an interesting development. Are we going to see most of those are towards the back? So there's no way that, logically speaking, that if they're not going to make it, the front group can make it. I would have to assume.
This is a good chunk of trucks. 32, 44, 87, 32 is going to lock it up. I think that might be a speeding penalty, Carlos. We might have to check on that.
I'm not seeing anything.
Oh, my golly. Okay, he's got the left foot of a magician. Slowed that thing way down. Look at the top of your screen. Those are the guys that stayed out. David Westergreen, AJ Plemons, Zach Evans, Jake Scarborough, Austin Beers, Daniel Bohr, Matt Hackathorn, and James Miller are near them, but not quite on them. So they are rounding out your top 10. You see the race off of pit road. It's going to be Dusty Dewar, Michael Goodman, 13, 87, 27, 71 there as well. See the group behind them coming in. So what does this mean for this front pack? 7 pitting this time, so they're going to pit this time around. Question is, who got the fuel number right? Who got just enough in the truck to get in and out the quickest? Who's going to make it the safest? Everybody's going to get slowed down pretty well. Maybe a little bit of contact there from Daniel Gore. So I'm lock it up a little bit. I'm assuming everybody's clean, though.
So far, so good.
A lot of trucks here. Everybody's got the...
Evans overslid his box.
Yep, that's going to be all she wrote for him. That is going to be they're not going to be able to fill the truck until he's still trying to get it in there. Big moment there for Zach Evans. He was having such a good run, too, and he's going to be really disappointed about that, but he was having a really good run, and he's going to be out of the draft now.
That might be a penalty. That also might be a penalty.
David Westergreen also had an issue.
Interesting development here. 4 laps to go, and we're having pit stops. You have to think that we're going to be a couple mistakes here, but it looks like a lot might be possibly transpiring here. Yeah, we'll have to... I don't think... I'm not sure how sensitive the exit line here at Talladega is, but I definitely think one of those trucks might get one because they did go pretty far over it. I'm not sure if Bojo did, but we'll have to check on that.
I'm not seeing anything yet, and I feel like we would have seen it by now. So all good so far. Right now, battle for the lead, coming to 3 to go this time. Jake Scarborough and Daniel Gore, they lead the bottom. Austin Beers, James Miller, they lead the top. Help on that bottom lane. A little bit further behind them, though, that second pack, the pack that pitted first, Michael Goodman, Dusty Dewar, they lead that pack. They are moving quickly. They are probably going to make a third lane, and they're going to blow by these guys. Patrick Hahey in that pack, Dylan Thomas in that pack, Adam Peeler, Santiago Aguirre. They are all hauling absolute mail. Here they go to the outside third lane. Michael Goodman, Beers is going to. I don't know about this one, dog.
Oh yeah, that is a tough move right there. And there's so much momentum difference between 19 and the trucks behind him. It looks like they made it work at the 44, and everybody had to slow down a lot in that bunch. Everybody kind of brought more trucks into that pack than they were. Ooh, contact. Yep. I don't think that was the move there, but somehow they didn't wreck, and we're coming here to 2 to go once we hit the line here off of turn 4. So look, that kind of jumbled everything up, and I think that did more harm than good to the outside line, if anything, Ty.
Yeah, no, I think it really just completely ruined that run, and if anything, just spread these guys even a little bit further out. But Dylan Thomas now, he's going to peek to the outside. He's got help from his teammate Adam Peeler in the 27 machine. They're going to shake and bake with about 1.5 laps to go as they go down the back straightaway in just a second. Austin Beers trying to make a run. Ray was trying to get Nate off of the line there, so Nate's going to stay below that double yellow. Let the field go by. They're going to get a little bit of a run down the back straightaway. The third lane's there, but I don't think it's going to do anything. Adam Peeler back to the back bumper. Dylan Thomas, a huge shot into 3 and 4. Front 2, though, a little bit of separation. I have to imagine Daniel Gore's trying to get that truck as cool as possible for a push out of 4, Cam.
Yeah, and he's really going to want to lay his bumper into that 77 for the whole run. I think I know those 2 guys, and I think they're going to just go from here on out. I think the 69 is going to take the second place to try to get his truck to the finish line here. White flag out here at Talladega. One more lap, 2.66 miles to go, and it is a battle for the win. Here comes the outside line. Dylan Thomas, Adam Peeler, and Dustin Dewar. They are trying to make that second lane work, and it looks like it's working pretty well. They've nosed ahead of that bottom lane, the Redux teammate of Scarborough and Gore. Here comes the middle lane. That's Austin Beers trying to make an aggressive move. I don't think there's quite enough room there. He has his teammate here, but it's all Dylan Thomas right here into turn 3. Ooh, yep. There goes Adam Peeler sideways, and I think everybody just about is wrecking behind him. The 19 of Beers, he was able to make it through. There's Dusty Dewar. Around the outside, Austin Beers. I think it's going to be a drag race between these two. I don't think the pack behind them is close enough. Austin Beers on that third lane trying to just keep the truck having some momentum. Here comes a move from the 13 of Dylan Thomas. Scarborough with the move. I think Dylan Thomas got him.
If Dylan Thomas did not win that race, then Austin Beers would have gotten a black flag for forcing the 13 below the yellow. That seemed kind of cut and dry.
Yeah. Dylan Thomas, you better send Jake Scarborough a basket of goodies. Get him a muffin basket, put a good card on it, maybe slip a 20, maybe more if you're feeling generous, because he gave him a shot. I mean, it was like last second. It was minuscule, but it was pivotal for Dylan Thomas to win that race.
Ricky Bobby won this race.
Yeah, and under his own power this time, so he didn't have to run across the line. Good to see. That was an awesome finish there, Ty. I do think he does have to give some kudos to that 77, really that whole pack, because I think that was the difference there in the end. That big momentum that big pack of cars, we're talking like 10, 12 trucks there on the bottom line, just all marching towards that bottom, and that was able to be the difference there. But we're going to have a little bit of a break here, have these drivers do some whatever they want to do, maybe get an interview or 2 before we get going again. 6 minutes, so I think we can go ahead and get some people up here.
I think we would be reminiscent if we didn't bring this guy up. He's the story right now. He's somebody we talked about. He just made a mistake there at the end of half 1. We're gonna snag Zach Evans, and we're gonna talk to OSCA's heel here in Mr. Zach Evans. So, Zach, buddy, it's Ty up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes.
We, you're the story this week, as far as everything going on. You ran very well in half number 1. We saw the mistake you made.
The mistake I made. Why is the driver of the 9 truck drag racing me down pit road and keeping me from getting into my pit stop? What do you mean the mistake I made, Ty?
Why is your webcam not on?
Hey, man.
I don't have my webcam on because y'all don't get nice things anymore, all right? You don't get nice things anymore. Everybody talks about they want to see Zach win a race. They love to. It's got to be the greatest day in the history of OSCA when Zach Evans finally wins a race. Why, by God, had a chance tonight, and then the guy who says he's one of my best friends out here, the guy who loves to talks about how great it is to announce with me on Wednesday nights in Elite. And yes, Vic, I said the word Elite. You'll be okay. Wants to box me out on pit road after he hatches his grand plan to get me this win. I mean, no. So that's why tonight is like it is. All right. I'm done listening to how much everybody loves me. I'm done listening to how happy they are to see me do well. Because Carlos said the same thing. He wanted to build a team around RK, and with me as the focal point, and he brought in a bunch of snot-nosed kids that raced me harder than the people who weren't my teammates. And then I left, and they all wrecked the shit out of me. And then I went to Team Watson Racing, and everybody wrecked the shit out of James when he was there. And then I went to South Shore because David Westergreen's my good buddy. And then the first chance he got, he kicked me back to Team Watson so he could make room for Dylan Good and YouTube sensation. I hope his latest pro race driver video is real good. And now I'm here. And now I had a chance to win tonight. And all these people that say they're my friends want to race like that. So now you know that's the deal. Is that what you wanted me to say? Is that what you wanted to hear, Ty?
Well, yeah. Yeah. That's what I wanted.
We
didn't want to
wanted
hear
Ty.
that.
I felt like.
I think we got exactly what we wanted. Thank you. We wanted to hear your thoughts, and we got your thoughts.
Guys, that was Zach Evans. We're gonna let him go back and do his thing. Yeah. No. That was what I wanted.
So yeah, there's a little bit of a backstory there to the little bit of the black truck you saw tonight. Driver of the 6, not too happy the way he's being raced, whatever you want to call it, and a bit of a protest here tonight. So obviously not happy with the way the race went out tonight. Had a pit road penalty there for what he believes to be not of his doing, but that's going to be objective, and really pit road at Talladega can go one of about a million ways. So I think he'll regroup and put in a good show for the second half here tonight. I think we've seen a fired up Zach Evans is a pretty, he's usually a pretty laid back racer. He's not one to make moves or do something aggressive, but I think it's definitely a different driver in that 6 truck here tonight. He's out for blood. Like a vampire, out for blood.
Like the Count.
I just got publicly berated.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, since we're on the subject of people not being good, Carlos, your pick got wrecked at the end there. So you're picking first here for half 2.
My pick got wrecked. My pick took 4 tires on the first pit stop.
I mean, that's also true, but he got wrecked.
Oh shit! Really? And I said
yeah,
shush.
he got wrecked
I said
coming
shush.
to the line.
Damn. Give me a good man after midnight. I already did
like that.
before.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely have, but it's fine. It's never old.
Well, it is if it's Goody, because Goody is old.
Well, that's
And
true.
unfortunately,
Okay,
he's also married now. So I lost.
Oh no!
Again?
Again?
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Sorry,
God.
maybe you guys don't know. I'm sorry. All right, well, my pick. Yeah, we heard from my pick from half 1. I think for half 2, I'm gonna go with the short track kid. I'm gonna go with Austin Beers. Cam, who you got?
I'm gonna go with Santi.
I'm gonna go with Santi. I like that. That's
You're gonna yell at me. I'm gonna get verbally abused, and then you're gonna take my pick. Why? Why do I work here?
It's okay. Ty, you're up.
Well, now I don't know what I want.
Hey. I am not the one that have verbally abused you yet.
You took my only
Okay, but
pick. Now I'm gonna
You opened
starve.
the door for me. You opened the door, and then you didn't close it on him. You let him keep yelling at me. You know what? Give me the guy that sponsored the race. Give me Darin Stapf.
Good pick. So my girlfriend's picks were pretty spot on. She wants the 71 and half two, so she's gonna get Dave Carpenter. That means that TP, you get to
Whoa,
pick
I
last
did that
year.
good, huh?
Just by one.
Oh, we're going with the name stealer, Adam Peeler.
I like that.
Let's go ahead and get our grid rolling here for half number 2. We had a 22-car invert. That means Dakota Pignataro, courtesy of finishing 22nd, is your pole sitter for half number 2. He lines up next to Caden Tuff. Aaron Evans and Gilberto Javier Gomero make up row number 2. Neil Rutt and Dallas Myhand start 5th and 6th. That's row number 3. Adam Peeler and Zach Evans, who we just talked to, he's going to roll off in 8th next to Peeler in 7th. Look for that 6th to be spicy here tonight. 32 of Dustin Dewar, he had a great run. Not the finish he deserved. He's going to roll off in 9th, and Dave Carpenter rolls off in P10.
Rolling off 11th is going to be AJ Plemons. Rolling off 12th, David Westergreen, so two South Shore teammates will make up row number 6. 13th is going to be James Miller. 14th, Darren Stapf. 15th, Matt Hackathorn. 16th, Michael Goodman. 17th, Santiago Aguare. 18th, Ray Bracey. 19th, Daniel Gore. 20th, Jake Scarborough. 21st, Austin Beers. 22nd, Dylan Thomas. 23rd, Thomas Capuano. 24th, Patrick Ahey. 25th, Jordan Tarble. 26th, Nate Ball. 27th, Noah Brown. And that is your grid. I just figured I'd go ahead and roll through because we only have 7. And I am also going to pull up somebody that's going to be joining us for half number 2, maybe all of it. And I may be dipping. My throat is dying. So we're going to welcome Mr. James Watson, who was going to race with us tonight, but decided to not. And I'm kind of glad he didn't because, boy, am I possibly needing relief because my throat is dying.
Yep. Feel bad for you, Ty, that you're unfortunately down with the sickness, but I'm here in relief.
I mean, we had a lot of talk about it half 1. I also got verbally berated, so that was something. I'm actually gonna go talk to Zach in just a second, figure out what that was.
Business as usual, then?
Yeah, no, it's a great Thursday night for Ty McIntosh. Pneumonia, getting yelled at. A great finish though. I don't know if you saw it. An absolutely fantastic finish for Dylan Thomas, winning half number 1. So I'm gonna let you and Cam catch up for just a second. I'm gonna go pop around and talk to some drivers and pop back up and see if I get anything interesting. And then I might call it a night. But I will be right back. You guys go ahead and do your deal.
Righty.
All right. Hope you feel better, Ty. James, welcome to the booth. I'm not sure if you caught half number 1, but it was a race, and we had some things happen.
Yeah, I know Dylan won, but that's all that I was able to catch so far.
Yeah, we had some controversies. We had some spiciness up here in the booth. Zach Evans a little unhappy with the race as it has played out so far. He's starting in P8, so he's right up there in the mix for the start here. But just a little bit of a Talladega fever or something. A little bit of jitters going on here tonight, but everybody's going to get it going here for half number 2. 38 more laps. We saw in half number 1 that the pit strategy was a little bit screwy. I think the fuel number was about 15 or 16, so we saw a lot of the cars pit within the last 5 laps of the race, and that sure shook everything up quite a bit. So probably, didn't really have a caution. Did we go caution-free last race, Carlos? I think we did. I want to. Well, no. We actually had one, didn't we? I think we just had the one. But yeah, it'll be interesting. If we go green once again, it'll be a weird pit strategy race. We'll probably see cars pitting within the last 5 laps. Half 2 in these OSCA races usually a bit more chaotic. We usually have a little bit more movement in the field as the invert puts some drivers near the front who may not typically run up there, and the faster, aggressive drivers in the back. And it'll be interesting to see what happens here. But Dakota Pignataro is going to be your leader. Ace Truck is off, and we're going to have a few seconds here until we get to the restart zone. About 10 seconds before we're going to go green here. And we're getting there. Here it is, green flag out. Good start for that 18. Good start for the 00 of Tough on his outside too. So it's going to be neck and neck into turn number 1. Really going to be a battle of which line gets the better start behind them. Looks like so far the outside line is the prevailing one. And he has that help from the 99 of Gilly behind him. And Gilly drops back a little bit into turn number 1. I think that's going to give the advantage to the inside line. And
look at that. Huge run by the inside right there.
Well, I came back at a good time.
You sure did. We're 3 wide. Oh, they're Darin. Oh no. Oh, this is exactly what you want to see on lap 1 at Talladega.
yeah, we were seeing that too with the 48. Him and Beers.
Squeeze.
I ain't enough room, Bobby.
Here comes Beers for a potential 4 wide. I don't think that's going to work at all. And that is 48-18 really need to figure this one out because they are just kind of causing problems.
Oh, we got the 48 on the inside, below the yellow line. Oh Lord. Oh dear. Oh geez.
That's a whole lot of mo and nowhere to go.
Interesting strat on both of their parts for kind of just, I don't know. I get being stubborn, but eventually you kind of just have to keep racing, and nobody really wanted to do that there. But everybody has gotten going once again. Here's the angry driver himself, the 6 of Zach Evans. He's going for the lead, and throws spin 19.
Oh, the 19 up.
Oh my God, Jordan Torble just did not hit the brakes. He's hard to the outside wall. Goodness gracious.
Oh, wow.
Truly one of the starts of all time right here.
It's just why we called you in, James. We knew something was going to go bad.
Yep. My unintelligible screaming really helped make it highlight the chaos here.
The chaos just erupted from the second you stepped in here.
Yeah, looking at the replay here, it looks like the 19 of Beers got tapped from behind from the 18 of Pignataro, and that just sent him spinning. Not a lot of damage on that truck, though. I mean, considering he spun around and went in the air at 180 some miles an hour, a little tap from the 87, but he is definitely not done for today. So, pretty lucky on his part, I think.
Yeah. Aaron Evans with a little bit of a kiss there. Patrick with a little. I thought Jordan got into Beers. He didn't. He tried to hit the brakes, not sure where he was going to go, and just locked up and slid. Funny thing, I was actually about to bring up the number 17, not the truck, but that's the fuel number. About 17 laps to a tank. So, obviously, that's going to throw a wrench in this now. I think they can maybe make it on 1 stop of gas. But had we gone green for this whole entire second half like we did the first half, they would have needed 2 stops to make it.
Yeah, but gonna completely get rid of this now. Not gonna have to worry about making that extra stop.
Like they're thinking about coming down pit road now. Probably going
a
to
pretty
see
popular decision.
Yeah, we're going to see everybody come down here. If you want to have a shot at the end, I think this is the right move. I mean, track position not really important at a plate track. You can kind of go from the front to the back in 2 seconds if you want to. So, I think everybody there is on pit road.
Black flag for Dakota Pignataro.
I have to imagine that is probably for... Oh, well, I don't know.
Nate Hall stayed out, so he will be your new leader.
That is a strategy. That is certainly a strategy. Let's see. I mean, he'll be up at the front, and if he wants to, block and stay up there, we'll see how that works. He's not going to be good on fuel, but he's got the track position, so it'll be up to him to see if he can do what he can do with it.
Yep, it's a bold move, Cotton. We'll see how that works out for him.
We saw something like this play out earlier on. I think it was Daytona, or maybe it was one of our 1.5 miles, I believe. But somebody stayed out who maybe wasn't as comfortable up front, and a lot of things went wrong. And I don't want to say that we should be looking at past situations to make decisions like that, but that's a call.
Yeah, we'll see how that works.
Especially when you have the angriest driver in OSCA history starting to your outside or inside. Whatever line he doesn't choose will be where he's going to be. But we should be doubling up here once we get back to the line. These cautions are quite long, so if we get another one, probably we'll see if we can pull someone up and get some more words of wisdom from one of these drivers. Hopefully a little bit less spicy than the first time around. And got some drama in the voice chat too. Apparently Thomas Capuano is breaking up with someone. I'm not sure who he was dating here in OSCA, but he's breaking up with them.
That is another John Cena reference. They're talking about Zach and his heel mentality. Is we got trucks coming back down pit road with top off. 19 of Austin Beers, 18 of Dakota. They're going to come in. The 67 as well. I believe the 04 number of trucks actually. Everybody, never mind. That's more than just a couple. I was wrong.
Everyone but the current top 10 that you are seeing right now have come back down pit road.
Yeah, I like that call. I think just keeping it packed full of fuel. Really, I mean, this would be a good time where fuel save and shut the car off and make sure you have that ignition button behind and the starter. Have raced with somebody before who had one and not the other, and they turned the car off and weren't able to restart it.
James Watson to the garage, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean...
James Miller.
Oh, excuse me. You're right.
I was going to say...
I was going to say, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the garage. I'm in the broadcast booth.
I was going to say, I have really bad news for you, Carlos. That truck never started.
So, like, what? Does everyone know something I don't? But yeah, the topping off is a great strategy call, because I believe right now those that topped off will be able to make it one more stop on green, because I know from what I was gathering from everyone, it got super close. So depending on how it is, those that stopped, did Zach come in and stop? The 55 is the only one that stayed out, right? That fully stayed out.
Correct.
Okay. I feel like those that even pitted once will be okay, a lot closer than those that topped off. But I think everyone is okay except that 55 car, truck rather.
Yeah, if we go green, the 55 is cooked. It's like a microwave steak, ketchup on it. So not gonna go well for him. And I went back and watched the 09 of James Miller, see what happened to him. Money shifted it on the start, so that's why he's in the garage. First shift of the race, blew it up.
I heard an engine going, but it's like there's no way.
It won't fix that.
So he's going to need some flex steel or speed tape or whatever they use to fix those things. Bad start for the 55. Nate Hall did not get going whatsoever.
I hate to say this. I think the 48. I think the 48 changed lanes before he crossed the start-finish line.
So see on that, I think you are right. He definitely was in the middle lane at the line. So race control does catch that. Zach Evans has cycled to the lead. Nate Hall, he's back in 5th now. In that bottom line, he's gotten up to speed now, but it's all Dallas Myhan and Zach Evans. Here comes your race 1 winner, Dylan Thomas, on that 3rd lane. We've seen how fast that lane can be with some help in race number 1, but he decides to merge down into lane number 2 in front of that 9 of Western Green.
That was a huge slingshot for Dylan Thomas. He went right around David, popped out, popped back in. Now he's going to have a huge push from David. Here comes the 3rd lane, the Redux trucks. Noah Brown, Jake Scarborough there, the first 2 trucks out there. Dylan Thomas, though, half number 1 winner, he's going to lead lap number 7 or something, but one of them. Damn.
Yeah, that is lap number 7. He's in the middle lane there with the help from Western Green. I don't know how to talk here tonight, but help from the number 9 of Western Green and number 6 of Evans. He's still up there in that front pack. And, well, he was talking about that truck in front of him, Western Green. Wasn't too happy with him tonight, and they're now nose to tail. Always kind of ends up like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, isn't that how it always goes? That's just the racing gods, the sense of humor. But yeah, it's a heck of a run already for half 2 winner. When you're already back in the lead after the invert on lap 7, that's a heck of a start to the second half.
Yeah, that's 21 spots gain. Another big mover up there in the lead now. Noah Brown, he started 27. He's up 24. I was doing some math there, but he's up 24. He's got his 3 Redux teammates all behind them right now. Gore, Scarborough, and Santiago Aguri. So he's in a pretty good spot. Kind of surrounded by his teammates. Well, not always. We've seen them run into each other a few times, but here a little bit of a smaller chance of that happening than, say, like Bristol or Martinsville.
You had some of the easiest math to do, and you still messed it up. He started
it's okay.
27th. He was leading. He was up 26. You just minus the 1, buddy.
It's fine. I'm just a mere sysadmin.
We said there was not going to be any math this time around, all right?
I mean,
I do know we have 30 laps to go because we are on lap 8 of 38. That's pretty easy right there. So
31 laps.
There you go. Yeah, now it's 30.
All right, you know what?
Now it's 30.
Kind of a Redux stranglehold up here still. Those 4 Redux trucks are leading both lines, currently the top and the bottom. The next are Dylan Thomas and the 48 of Aaron Evans. Aaron Evans, kind of a Redux car. He runs with them on some races, so we'll call him a Penske car or call him the Wood Brothers Penske right there. But he is definitely helping that outside lane.
Yeah,
no affiliation.
That's the last thing you want to see if you're the field. You know, we're all well aware how well these redo trucks work together, except some specific circumstances. But as a rule, everything usually goes smoothly when they're all able to work together. So
everything usually goes smoothly until it doesn't.
Until they have to push down the back straightaway at Daytona. Looking at you, Jake and Danny. Oh, they're wrecking! Thomas Capuano hard into the outside.
Oh my goodness! Oh, that is a hard hit.
Someone get the
Thomas
tarps.
Capuano.
I just hope Tom's okay.
I don't think he is. I don't think. I don't. Well,
He's
was
not
he
even
okay
hitting the
before the wreck?
He's not even hitting the brakes.
I don't think he was okay when the race started. I say that as a team. Love you, Tom, but we'll get the gurneys out for him.
Look like maybe
I think just one.
Yeah, amazingly, just one. I mean, that should have been a sport ender. I'm going to be real here. It still might be a sport ender, but Thomas Capuano, it looked like somebody went for a hole that really just wasn't there. We're going to get a good look at it here on the 3Y TV replay cam. Tom was maybe the one. I don't know. I will have to get a better look at it. It's just it's not as cut and clear as it should be sometimes. Get a different angle of it here for you guys. Tom goes to make it 3. Gets it again.
Yeah, just kind of.
Just a really tight spot.
Maybe it's the net code, but the truck was he was wiggling the rear end when he was going in the middle there, and
yeah, I feel like there would have been some contact regardless.
There was contact with the 48 there too, so I think he hit the 48, backed out a little bit, and then got hit from behind from Beers. Maybe.
So that
he was definitely going to plow right through that 48.
I was talking about.
Yeah.
I think that's a lot of damage for the 708 Racing.
Racy meatball flag, Capiano meatball flag. Dakota Pignatario for the first time. It just says slow.
Huh?
Yeah. Listen, I updated iRace Control today for the first time in months, and I've seen sent to NIW, and now I've seen it called Dakota Pignataro slow.
Well,
ouch.
I think we need to take that to iRacing HR. So we have a couple drivers staying out. Dylan Thomas elects to stay out. Zach Evans will also join him as we see another replay, this time on board of Darin Stapf. He's going to go through the grass. See Dakota able to hold on to it. Never mind, I spoke way too soon. I posthumously, commentators jinxed him.
He's not dead.
No, but in that sense he was.
Again, he's very much still alive.
Binks Designs trucks are the 1, 2, 3 that stay out. Interesting to see how that plays out. Now we look on board of the 7 of Bojo, I believe.
We're not on board.
Well, okay, we're looking at him. It's close enough. He took a Thomas Capuano to the mouth.
Oh, lost the hood and everything.
Hey, yo.
Get that in the video.
That's going to be on the alternate version of Quick Shifts.
I mean, there's been a lot of things. Cam said significantly worse tonight. There was a P word.
Cam said somebody was being pegged.
Yeah. So I didn't want to open up the opportunity to get myself with it as well. So thank you, Carlos, for biting the bullet there.
Well, I'd say while we're talking about dirty mouths here, why don't we get the driver that was just involved in that wreck and probably has his head hanging off his neck right now. I'm gonna drag Tom up here and see what he wants to talk about.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Hey Tom, you're not talking to Vic anymore. You're talking to me. You got a copy?
What's happening, guys? We're just out of the infield care center.
Yeah, I mean we saw you there. That was a pretty hard hit. I wouldn't be surprised if your neck and head aren't attached fully anymore, but tell us what you saw from your perspective.
Well, I really hate it for the guys at the TMR shop. I mean, teamwork was teamwork, and me and Austin had seen a hole there, and we were going for the through-wide middle. And, watching it back, thanks to the through-wide TV replay, watching it back, Aaron Evans came down on me a little bit. We got a little bit of contact, and I just couldn't save the truck. I want to apologize to everybody that got involved in that wreck there. I hate getting people wrecked, but sometimes it happens. This is Talladega, and instead of riding around, I was trying to go for it. So, you'll have that sometimes. Sorry.
All good. Well, a tough break for you here tonight, but like you said, it's Talladega. We go to a more normal racetrack next week. We go to Homestead. How you feel about that one?
Well, the last time that the trucks raced here in OSCA at Homestead, my teammate at the time cost me a cheap win that I could have got against Johnny Eckert. So hopefully Johnny Eckert doesn't race next week, and hopefully I can find some speed again like I did the last time, and maybe we'll be in a shot to win that one. But yeah, again, just want to apologize to everybody for causing that wreck. That was kind of stupid. But yeah. Say his name and he appears.
Well, hey, something TMR are all letters in the word teamwork. So I don't know. That's profound. I kind of like that. I just made that up, so.
Yeah, it was great.
Please clap.
Yay! We think on the fly up here.
There was an attempt.
Yeah, that was Thomas Capriano. He was the one in the wreck. Very hard hit. He's done, and yeah, probably gonna need an Advil after that one.
Yeah, no, maybe multiple ongoing days at Advil. No, I don't think it was that bad. Let me see the field grouped up here. Those three Binks racing cars or trucks, they qualify. They all stayed out. They are all on a different strategy from everybody else. It's going to be crazy to see how this plays out. 17 laps is what you can get in fuel, so they cannot make it to the end from there anyways. I believe that is their play. It's a pretty smart one in my opinion. Obviously I think you would want to go as far as possible, but track position seems to be key. I mean, we saw Thomas Capuano. He was up making moves trying to get through everybody, and luckily for the field, a significant amount of trucks weren't involved, but that is something that could have easily been a lot bigger, and especially if it happens at the front of the field, you're looking pretty bad. So I respect the track position call, and we'll see how it works out for him here with about 25 to go this time.
Coming to the green here, it is Binks versus Redux here in the first three rows. There's David Westergreen up there in 6th, South Shore as well. The green flag out. Once again, good start for that 13 of Dylan Thomas. Almost too good of a start. He's going to have a pretty decent gap to the next car behind him. 6 of Zach Evans decides to actually slot in right there, so not going to be too bad for Dylan Thomas there. He's got his buddy right behind him, and actually both buddies right behind him, push him through turns 1 and 2 now. And well, we see the Redux truck line up on the outside line, all 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they're going to try to make something happen here down the backstrip.
Yeah, a lot of teamwork here being shown. You got Binks Design all there in the first few positions on the inside, and then once again all the redo trucks right there on line 2.
Would be reminisce if I didn't mention that David Westergreen is still trying to help those Binks trucks, maybe trying to clear his name off the list of Zach Evans, if that is a thing that I would imagine that Zach is probably doing right about now, is taking names of everybody. My name probably is on it. With what happened, yeah, my name's probably been on it. Let's be real.
And as we say that, he moves up behind the redo trucks.
Yeah, no. So maybe he thinks he can't get it off of it. Daniel Gore and Noah Brown, they're going to tuck to the bottom. Jake Scarborough, Santiago Aguirre lead that outside lane with some help from Dustin Dewar. Westergreen now back to the bottom. He does not know where he wants to go right now, and honestly, I don't blame him.
Nope, it is a redux stranglehold on this race. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. They are running in the top 4 spots in the top 2 rows of the race. So it's going to be difficult for anyone else. They're going to have to line up pretty essentially around that third lane probably and get around them, find a way to do it, or maybe shove them out of the way somehow. But, still 24, 23 laps to go in the race. It's a little too early to be getting that aggressive, I think. But, it is Talladega. Talladega does bring out some kind of desperation. There's the 48. Getting into it with AJ Clemens, 48 of Aaron Evans. He's been into the side of a few trucks tonight. So that quarter panel is going to be on Racing Junk here after the race probably. We're
going to auction it off after the race.
And we're going to auction the rest of Tom Capuano's truck piece by piece because that's all that's left of it.
Probably some bone fragments too.
Yeah, the ones without blood. We'll get those for you guys.
David Westergrain looking racy on the outside line. He's trying to make that third lane work. We saw it very strong in half number 1 if you had a few trucks behind him, and he does. So we'll see if I think it's happening. That third lane is starting to charge forward and make some competition towards those redux trucks in the bottom 2 rows.
Yeah, he's got his teammate AJ Clemens right there behind him. That's huge for Westergrain having all that help behind him.
That is a great pushing buddy. We know that 67 of Clemens, he does not let off whatsoever. Short track, road course, intermediate, super speedway. The 67 is all gas, no brakes. So definitely that little duo right there is going to be pretty quick getting around the racetrack. And I think that's 9 of Westergrain has just barely, and not so much anymore, but I think here off the corner, he's barely going to edge himself into the lead there. And probably going to lead this lap.
You've got to get better vocabulary, man. Like, I know you are so prone to just saying things that are so bad. And now we're racing really hard, really, really close quarters here. David Westergrain at the bottom. I corrected myself. See, I thought about it.
Hey. Yeah, as you're talking to me, you do it yourself. It's all good.
Hey, man. AJ Clemens was the crumb dog.
Yeah, while that was going on
for a minute, let you guys regroup.
Yeah, while that was going on, the 67, you had the 9 and the 67 drop down, and 67 dropped down into 77, and oh man, that was almost bad. He barely had enough room. 77 had to lid off a lot, otherwise that was going to be very expensive.
Yeah, and those two, the 77 and the 67, they've had a little bit of jawing at each other throughout the season. Those two have a pretty loud mouths on them. They can be a little heated over the radio. So certainly not those two.
No.
But there's probably gonna be a little bit of bad blood there. We've seen some of those chop blocks tonight. Those closed Joey Logano sponsored blocks. That was probably the most egregious of the ones we've seen tonight. So.
Now, what I'm interested to see play out is now you have that South Shore duo kind of controlling the whole race now, and this is something that I kind of hope that the Binks trucks did when they restarted, because now they're able to control both lanes right now. You have a South Shore truck leading both lines. And I feel like that's something the Binks truck should have done, should have made sure that they had a more equal restart and have the 13 and the 6 of Zach Evans controlling both lines. Because as you saw, immediately when they got out ahead, the Redux trucks jumped out, and then they immediately did that, controlling both lines with their whole arsenal. And so it's just such an overpowered tool to use as a team at Talladega when you're able to control both lines like this. Now obviously there's still a lot of racing left to go, and we still have one whole pit stop to deal with. So that advantage may be short-lived here, but right now this is a great position for the South Shore duo to be in right now.
Speaking of South Shore, I've got Mr. Ray Bracey down here just released out of the Infield Care Center. Bojo, it's type in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
I sure do.
Well, obviously, not the way you wanted your night to go. You ended up taking a flying projectile Thomas Capuano to the face, but your Peeps Bojo machine looked really good. I love seeing it out on the racetrack, man. How do you think your night went? Do you look forward to maybe trying to make up this points gap? I think you're still pretty solidly in the chase, if I'm not correct. I could be completely wrong. I'm a little doped up right now, but
I think I'm on the bubble, so I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it's just disappointing. I mean, super speedway is pretty much my best chance to win anything. So it's just disheartening whenever you lose a chance at it, especially like that. And I know Tom didn't mean to do that, but still, you got to be a little smarter than that. But yeah, it should be okay. Still plenty of races before the playoffs are starting, but yeah, that hurts. It's just bummed out because I'm already thinking like 10 steps in the future. I'm just coasting in line, and then and all of a sudden that happens, and I didn't know if anybody was going to ride me from that. Yeah, it really sucked. I kind of rage quit after that. So.
Yeah, no, we talked about it all night. You guys are always up front of these plate races, and you guys are making a plan, and you guys are obviously executing pretty well. I mean, D West and Clemens have been up there. You were up there all night, so really, really, really crappy.
Yeah, I mean, last race we were doing well. We had a good strategy. D West and Zach had a weird kerfuffle in pit. David was too far to the left. He blocked both Zach and I. He messed up Zach's pit. I was able to salvage it, but and then David got tires by accident, so he was out. So I was pretty much by myself, and I ended up being behind the Redux guys and at the mercy of how good they were. And Gore was blowing up on the backstretch, so I was just like, well, we'll just see where this rides. And so fortunately there was a wreck, and that helped me get some spots. So I'll be happy. I'm happy with the P5, but I feel like I could do this again, at least get another top 5. It's just gotta take it away.
All right, buddy. Well, before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out to my wife. I love you. Shout out to Peeps for making very disgustingly good candy. And shout out to you guys.
All right, buddy. Well, we gave you content for the alternative if you make it. Cam said somebody got pegged, so be sure to grab that. I also just said it. I didn't want to open my door for it, but I opened it. It's wide open now.
We're 3 for 3 for commentators saying that. James, you want to go ahead and say it as well?
You fool, you committed one of the classic blunders, and no, the heck I do not.
Great. We're gonna
meanwhile, we got,
whoa, we got some copyright music playing.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
And we got some pit stops. You saw the 3 Binks trucks bringing it down pit road the lap before. Interesting to see how that plays out. I think it could be an advantage for them. You know, I've always seen the smaller pit groups tend to work out well. You get to carry a little more speed. You don't have to hesitate trying to figure out where all the other trucks are going. This could work out very well for them.
It's yeah, that's the same exact strategy we saw them play in half number 1. They actually pitted about a lap or 2 early compared to everybody else, and they had a pretty good lead. I want to say like a 2-second lead. Gave them about a lap or 2 before the field caught back up to them. But I like it as well. Better to be in a line running flat out and pushing pushing than being in a pack and having to let off and lift and potentially get in trouble. So yeah, I'm right there with you, James. I like the call, and it'll be interesting to see where it plays out again.
But what I just realized? They also probably had to do that completely out of necessity because obviously Zach and Dylan did not come down and top off like a good chunk of the field did.
And I think it's going to be awkward, right? I mean, they pitted, they had to pit, but if we go green and then we get a couple green-white checkers, if they're in a position, if they're up towards the front, they're going to have to sacrifice that track position if we have green-white checkers to pit for more fuel. So I think ideally it goes green for them and it should work out. But if we have a late yellow, they might be laying in their bed that they made there.
Will be interesting to see. I'd have to think that these other trucks are going to be probably thinking about pitting here in a few laps. So we're on board with Santiago Aguirre. He's currently in the 8th position and running right behind that number, looks like the 18 of Pignataro.
Where's your number? Where's your number?
He was looking to kind of put it up the inside right there, make it 3 wide for a second.
Thank you,
Ray,
Officer
you know what to
Carlos,
do?
for looking for numbers.
Always on the lookout. Always looking for the nitpicky things.
Yeah, I always nitpick everything. For example, there needs to be a team logo on that one, as well in the front. Yeah, no team logo here. Right? Or is that it? I don't know. No, that's just
That says
Bojo.
Bojo.
No. Yeah, no team logo here. Numbers there, although maybe Vic might give that one a number warning, visibility warning. You can't look at the
team
front.
logo's actually on the back bumper.
Take a look
I was gonna
here.
say, do you need a team logo when the back
here-
bumper says Redux Nuts?
Here we go. No front number, no team logo. For sure, you need a team logo here, and you also need the number here in the front.
Oh, wait. If Santi goes back to the left, there's a green logo there on the front of that Daniel Gore truck.
I feel like when you do your little pen thing, it needs to be in like a red red pen. Like I'm in school and I'm getting all my things purple back in like 5th grade again. When I was getting all critiqued for everything.
Oh, I don't know. I don't need the PTSD.
It was mostly English class. You know, when you grow up in Florida, you never really learn to speak the language properly. So
You just speak Gator and
Florida man don't need no words.
yeah. If you ever heard Warburton talk, that's kind of how they sound. Where I'm from. Actually, I mean, I live in Virginia now too, so that doesn't help. But anyway, we are still green here at Talladega. We're 10 to go now, so we're probably all thinking of pit stops here pretty soon. Still got the Redux and CMR and South Shore. That's our points battle. That's now our race battle here. Top 3 positions held by those 3 teams.
They're going to be coming down. They gave the warning. They're pitting. Looks like all the redo trucks.
Yep, everybody's calling out. You got the 41 and the 45 are pitting. The 48 just called he's pitting. So we'll update on that first group of 3 that pitted. They are right now in turn 1. The field obviously coming down pit road. People are locking up. AJ Clemens is just fine. We're going to check everybody coming in at the back. Everybody's fine. We're all good. Everybody's good. They are now rolling start of the back straightaway. This is going to play out pretty nicely for them, I would have to assume. Neil Rutt also, the other Binks truck, he just came off of pit road, so he's a little bit further behind him. Not quite with them, though. So I will keep my eyes on them. Aaron Evans.
Yeah, 00 and 48 kind of made a little bit of contact pulling into their boxes.
First group out of turn 4 right now. These guys getting up to speed, so this might play out well.
One of those two is going to have to give it up. I think it's probably going to be Beers getting it. Yep, he's clear now. So
there we go.
Thank you for the red pen, Carlos. So we appreciate that.
I also thought D West spin his tires a little bit as he was going through the gears. Obviously, no harm, no foul, but that's never something you want to deal with when you're pulling off a pit road. And let's see.
Little know that pack of the Binks trucks, they are coming down the middle of the back stretch right now. I think they're not going to have a huge head of steam. They're more so going to tail into the back of the pack.
Out.
But definitely not like we saw the first half, where they were several seconds out of next cars that came out of pit road. So something different this time around. They definitely did not too bad. They are still in the main draft. It's not as good as the first time around. And as that whole cycle went through, it's now the Redux trucks that are heading the field once again. Currently Scarborough and Gore, but the 19 of Beers, the TMR truck, he is up there. He is, I believe, the only one still running right now. I think Hackathorn has pulled into the pits or something.
Hackathorn just now coming back off of pit road, so I would assume an unscheduled stop there for him.
A 14.8 second pit stop.
Beers up there. He's the lonely wolf for his team. That's a pretty awkward position to be in if you're a driver, when you have literally all the Redux and 2 South Shore trucks. So you know you're at a bunch of teammates and you are just kind of by yourself. And you see what it kind of he's having to kind of shove his nose in there and make things happen because he knows nobody's going to really work with him. I mean, he's kind of by himself now.
We kind of have a conglomeration, if you will, of the Binks designs and the South Shore trucks. David Westergreen, AJ Plemons, 4th and 5th on the outside lane. The Binks trucks are here now. I would assume that we are going to probably see them make a run pretty quickly. There we go, David Westergreen outside.
Yeah, great recovery by the Binks trucks to break into this lead battle. Doesn't look like they're making that move, though.
Wow, Zach said no.
Oh.
Guys, Daniel Gore is running a little hot.
Oh, good golly.
Another big block from the 19 of Beers there. He is wearing out his subscription to the Joey Logano School of Blocking.
Yeah. He's going to win valedictorian of that class, that's for sure.
Daniel Gore must be a little overheated, like Carlos said, if we get a look at his onboard there. Huge fan for Daniel Gore.
Dude, he must be a nightmare to be in that Discord chat right now. Just him talking and all the wind in the background.
Sounds very realistic, I'm sure. Very bonita. Austin Beers leads that third lane, coming to 5 to go this time. Dustin Dewar with help from Jake Scarborough on the bottom. Daniel Gore in the middle. They're going to be 3 by 3 by 3 as we head to lap 5 to go. Lap 5 to go. What am I talking about
You
here?
said it.
Currently advantage to Dustin Dewar. He's come out of nowhere a little bit. He's on that bottom line with that push from the 77 of Scarborough behind them. All those Redux trucks still kind of down there in the 2nd to 5th positions. Actually, Noah Brown falling back a little bit in this pack, but he's still up in it. I mean, it's half a second from 1st to 14th right now, so it's really anyone's race. Darin Stapf on board right there. He is one of the drivers in this field looking for his first win tonight and currently up in the 6th position.
4 wide.
We are indeed 4 wide, and that is back in the 9th, 8th or so spot. Looks like it's gone down to 3 wide now, but yeah, we're 5 to go now. It's end of the race time. It's time to go.
Yeah, the 6 moved up to try to take the lead of that third line. Beers tried to leave him out to dry, but the South Shore duo stayed with him, and that made things real heavy there.
Lap truck here on the inside, I believe that's the 04 of Hackathorn. Not a lot of room here for Stapf. I think that's going to hurt him a little bit. He's going to, I mean, momentum lost there for sure, but I don't think it's maybe 2 spots, but not what you want to see with 4 laps to go for certain.
Santiago Guare now going to lead through 3 and 4. Got help from Adam Peeler up top. 2 Binks trucks. Austin Beers on the bottom. Dustin Dewar. Daniel Gore still in the middle. A huge push. Dusty Dewar's going to go to the middle. Jake Scarborough to the bottom. They're going to be 3 by 3 by 3 by 3. Out of turns 3 and 4, come to 3 to go this time. Santiago leads.
I think we might have another 3 there somewhere, but absolutely wild here. And these trucks are 4 wide, not quite. Austin Beers thought a second of it there, but I don't think that was going to work. Not a whole lot of room there on the side of that 32 truck, but we actually, those Binks trucks and that Redux truck of Guare, Binks goes for, or the Binks truck of Peeler goes for the lead there off of turn number 2, and I think he's going to get the run.
That was a power move by Adam Peeler. Great move to take the lead. Oh, and he takes the middle line back.
Oh, there they go!
Yep. There goes Scarborough. Keeps the truck on the ground, but there's another Redux truck. Guare, my hand. Oh,
and they both crash into each other. Oh.
Santi got his teammate there. Noah Brown involved at the last second. Yeah, he's angry.
Yeah.
My goodness.
That was
doesn't get any more redo than that.
Yikes.
That was interesting. I think the 27 threw a block, but I'm not sure if that was. We'll have to see on the replay. There's Peeler going to the middle line. I think he just pulled up and he didn't pull clear on Santi's nose. I
don't know. Hold on, let's get a different angle.
From what I'm looking at here, Santi's getting pushed as he gets to Peeler, so I don't even know if Santi wanted to lift. I don't really know. That's just pushing.
They were all offset incorrectly there. That's the problem.
Yeah, I think that's the twofold incident because you see Peeler kind of come down, but then you see Santiago getting pushed by the 32 of Dusty, and Dusty gets offset from him, and that just kind of at the same time, they both end up getting the 88 turned down into Scarborough, and that's what causes the whole thing. So
It
it was
almost
like
looks like,
right at the same time.
It
Double
almost looks
whammy.
like Dusty was going for a move, and then he thought better of it at the last second, but he was already kind of beside that truck. So
That's what I'm thinking. I think he saw the move from Peeler, saw he had a lane, tried to take it, and the hole closed up immediately.
On board of Darin Stapf there. Jake Scarborough completely 3 wheels off the ground, maybe all 4. But he went up and for a ride there. Have to see the into the damage to his truck.
yeah, I mean, just looking from this view, I mean, you saw that block from the 27, and then it's really like a conga line behind them of people just trying to get in position, and I think everybody was just offset weirdly there, and that was really what caused it. So, I don't know what race control has called that on just yet.
Yeah, I don't think any call has been given as of yet.
Probably means it's going to be a racing incident or some type there, because we usually would have the call by now. So I think that's probably what we're seeing. But anyway,
Probably so.
Your race 1 winner, Dylan Thomas, he's up there in second right now. Adam Peeler
Potentially first.
currently leading.
Yeah. Backwards.
I said Dylan Thomas was second, right?
Yeah, but
no, it's the dial-up's getting there. It's okay. Hold on, he'll get it.
Oh my God.
yeah, just give him a second. The wheel is turning.
So notably, speaking of these 2 teammates, Zach Evans topped off for fuel. Hold on, we're getting a race control call. Racing deal from racing.
Yep.
Okay.
It is racing
Alright.
incident. I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was a whole lot of nowhere to go. So I think that is completely valid.
Yeah.
Great call there.
When
That's
they're-
just back racing.
Well, my rule is if there's like multiple cars in the wreck and you can kind of put blame on any of them, it's kind of a racing deal
Agreed.
at that point.
To my point that I was making before we got the race control call there, Zach Evans topped off for fuel. So Adam Peeler, Dylan Thomas, they did not. I don't know how close their fuel numbers are, but we're in green-white checkered range. So if they can make it on fuel, great. If they're close, this is not going to play out well for them.
Can we bring
And
one
riding
of them
on
up
board
real
with
quick?
Adam Peeler, we should. You know what? I think we absolutely should. Why
Just
don't we
quick,
get up
ask him one
Adam
question
Peeler?
and get out.
All right. Adam, buddy, it's time in the booth. How much food you got in that thing?
Maybe enough. I got just enough. I can't go more than 1 though. We need
Okay.
one right here and be done.
All right, driver. That's all we needed. Thank you. All right, that makes it easy. I was gonna pop down there and ask, but Carlos makes it easy. I don't have to go anywhere. I am gonna stop for a second though, because my throat is dying.
Yeah, we hope for everyone's sake that there is enough fuel in that 27 truck. Otherwise, everyone remember how the last 20 or so laps went of the Xfinity at Rockingham race in real life a week ago. Wow, we're probably gonna get that.
Sure. Yeah, I don't like that maybe coming from Adam. Just at a plate track when you're all bunched up, if that lead car runs out of fuel, I mean, we are going to have multi-car wreck. That's pretty much guaranteed. So
we will be getting more tarps.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're just now finishing up with Tom and getting his pieces out of where they were lodged in right now. So I don't think we would need any more forensics teams here or medical people on the racetrack. So yeah, I think this is I hope the 27 at any point in this caution has clutched or shut the car off or done something to save every drop of fuel, because he's going to need it.
Yeah, you ever seen a train wreck? If you haven't, you're about to, if he runs out of gas. Because if they're both short on gas, both those lanes are going to be going and they're just going to stop. And it's just going to look stupid. And then you're going to see a wreck everywhere. And it's going to be chaos. So let's hope.
Shoot.
Are we hoping for no gas or are we hoping for gas?
You know what?
Gas.
Yes. All right.
I don't
gotcha.
want that Pet-to-Bismol here.
Well, we are about to go green here, and there it is. Good restart for that 27 on the inside line, and probably going to be coordinating with his teammate there on the outside. But here comes Austin Beers to ruin everything for both of them. He doesn't want to play any Binks shenanigans. He wants to get himself to the lead, and probably by any means necessary. He's pushing that 27 of Peeler really aggressively through 1 and 2, laying into that back bumper, and he's also getting laid into from that 9 of Westergreen, who's probably going to make a move right here off of turn number 2. Here comes Beers and Westergreen.
Oh, he's getting...
Dusty Stewart, Dylan Thomas, they're going to make
Oh, no! Oh,
not good. No.
Oh, there it is, they're wrecking. Oh.
Caution's out. Oh, man!
I am not sure what was going on there with
Zach
32.
Evans got selected into it.
Oh, man. If Zach Evans got hit there by the 13 going backwards, he would have had to cut another promo.
People are not pleased with the 32 on that particular decision.
Yeah, we'll check the replay here. I don't know what happened here. All I saw was the racing line that looked somewhat like a wet noodle, and yeah, I mean, he just kind of was squirrely, and you know, when you have trucks around you that are 2-3 wide, that just isn't going to work. So I'm not sure why he was so squirrely, if it was a bad bump or what, but that definitely, I mean, pictures speak for itself right there.
Zach Evans did not get hit by the 13. He almost did, but he did get hit by the 27. So, Zach Evans, if you come up here and cut a promo, buddy.
Zach, don't even wait for us to bring you up. Just come on up yourself.
And don't yell at me this time. Pick somebody else. I had enough.
That is expensive, about 100 yards for Binks Designs Racing.
Hey, they're not worried about fuel anymore, though.
Yeah.
I don't think
curls.
I certainly don't think Adam is worried about fuel.
Dylan also apparently wasn't really worried about holding the brakes either, but besides the point.
He almost hit Zach because of that. There he is.
Yeah. Well,
somebody kind of got like... Somebody made significant contact and like almost like went up in the air because of how hard they got hit from the back. I'm trying to see who it was. I can't see if anybody, you guys know what number that was. Maybe Noah Brown?
I don't know about that call by Race Control, but sure.
66. What was the call?
Call was a racing deal, and I don't see that. I see the 32 door banging the 13 and then hitting him again. So
look at the 66 here, guys.
Neil Rutt packed up behind him, nowhere to go. Oh God! Oh!
I don't think I can put the fault on more than one truck there, but I am not race control, so it is what it is, and we will finish this race at Talladega.
Yeah.
Took out the entire Binks Design Racing team.
It took out a number, that's for sure.
So might have do good on the list now for Binks, or at least Zach's list now. See how that plays out, but that definitely was a wreck. Anyway, we cycled out to Austin Beers in the lead. He's got David Westergreen behind him, and most of the Redux trucks kind of falling out here. I mean, we have Daniel Gore. Noah Brown was in the wreck. Santiago was in the wreck. Jake was in the wreck. So
this is the second attempt.
We've
right?
Yeah. The bad news is we have 3 minutes of race time.
That's enough time. Do we actually only have 3 minutes of race time?
Yeah. And lights are on the pace truck.
I'd recommend probably radioing to Vic that he should. That he just did exactly what I. Yep, it's now 1 to green.
Oh, I mean, we're going green now. We're not even really lined up.
Not doubled up.
This is kind of a cluster. This looks like
there's enough time.
This reminds me of a USAC restart from the 90s. This is kind of what they would do all the time, but we're going green here. We got trucks kind of double file. We're going to be doing something
here. 2 guys
here.
in the backstretch.
Well, green flag out.
Yep.
And outside line not really going. outside line going pretty
terrible
well.
restart from the 9.
He's got a huge
This is
push
the
to
only
Daniel Gore.
option.
Danny's been locked on for a while, though.
Yeah.
David's going to get to the right rear of Dustin Dewar. He's going to side draft him back. Beers is going to make a block. David's going to just shove him.
David's not lifting.
He's had enough of that. I think we're going to be packing up here on the last lap here. We're still kind of all over the place. I think we're going to be. Everybody's going to be kind of congealing here for this last lap. It's going to be a little bit of a mess. Here comes Westergreen on the bottom. Gilberto through the middle. Wow, what a move there. Blocked by Beers, though. Beers decides to cut Daniel Gore from the outside and take that middle lane for himself. And
Evans, he's back in it.
That he is. He's right there, 4th in the inside.
big move for him. And there's Dave Carpenter as well. Haven't talked to him all race. He's kind of just hung out in the back and is now he's found himself up in P3, maybe looking at a shot to win. Final lap here at Talladega, and Westergreen has it. Beers wants it. He's going to shove into the back of that number 9 truck, just like Westergreen did to him. He's going to lay into him, and not a push, a shove right there through turn 2.
Patrick Hahey.
This is 4 wide.
Here's a run to David Westergreen. Jake Scarborough's pushing the pusher.
That's not going to end well. Here comes the wrecking.
Oh, Beers is upside down.
Upside down, yep. Wow, that was wild. Hahey, here comes Westergreen. They're still wrecking, but we're still racing to the end here. Patrick Hahey has it. Here comes Westergreen on the outside. He's going to get the help from Gilly. I think that's going to be what it comes down to. Through the triangle, does Gilly make a move? Does Gilly go for his first win on the outside? Here he comes. Not quite enough. Westergreen, just fine.
Oh my God. David Westergreen, 4/1000ths of a second.
David Westergreen back in victory lane. What a move. What moves on the final lap. Awesome job by Westergreen. Gilly almost pulled it off, though. That was a magnificently timed move.
Yeah, great for Gilly. It's good to see him have a good... We talked to him at Atlanta last week, and he was wanting a good run, and he did everything he could here tonight, and he was a nose away, but definitely, yeah. Good for Westergreen.
And great for Patrick. He came out of nowhere with the run of a lifetime, gave DOS that push, and helped put him ahead to get both of them away from that huge melee that happened entering turn 3. Wow, look at that.
I mean, that is absolutely insane. My heart breaks for Gilly, longtime teammate of mine. But, I mean, you can't draw up 2 better finishes that we had at Talladega. I mean, you look at the first half. The first half we had 12/1000ths of a second. That time we go to 4. Combined OSCA half victory distances, I think that is probably the closest combined margin of victory we've had in OSCA history, for sure.
That is wild.
Are you not entertained?
Right?
Well, I'll be the first to admit I absolutely detest, despise, hate this type of racing inside the car, but it is absolutely fun to watch when you're not having to do it. So stressful to be the driver, but God, I love commentating it.
I don't know, man. See, for me, I would rather have been in one of those trucks tonight. I'm going to be real with you here. I love plate racing. It is one of my favorite kinds of racing. I feel like I thrive in chaos. And we saw nothing but chaos. Had guys running out of gas. We thought they were going to run out of gas. Guys making moves. People, spaghetti noodling into each other. It was a whole thing. It was a whole shebang. But nonetheless, David Westergreen wins half number 2. So your half winners are Dylan Thomas and David Westergreen. We're going to see David burn it down in the bite-sized esports machine. He gets his 100th top 10 2 weeks ago in Atlanta. And now he wins here at Talladega. So what a way to celebrate that. As we're going to roll through the finishing order of half number 2 here. He might have stalled that thing. David Westergreen is your winner. Gilberto, P2 by 4/1000ths of a second. Patrick Hahey comes home 3rd. Darin Stapf 4th. Aaron Evans 5th. Dallas Myhan 6th. How about it? RKM 4, 5, and 6. Zach Evans 7th. Caden Tufts 8th. Daniel Gore 9th. Austin Beers P10. Hackathorn 11th. Dakota Pignataro 12th. Jake Scarborough 13th. AJ Plemons 14th. And Santiago's 15th. I can't speak. English is hard.
Adam Peeler 16th. Neil Rutt comes home in 17th. I believe he was a lap down or didn't take the start of the race or something. So he came back for at least some points today. Dustin Dewar comes home in P18. Dave Carpenter in P19, Noah Brown P20, Dylan Thomas P21, Nate Hall P22, Goody comes home in P23, Bojo comes home in P24, Thomas Capuano comes home in P25. His body is being transported back home currently. Jordan Tarble 26, James Miller with the money shift before turn number 1 comes home in P27.
All right. So I think we are going to go ahead and probably, I think the way we're going to do this, there's 3 of us here, right? So maybe we each get an interview from this half, and then somebody gets a half winner. So James, I want to pull up Mr. Patrick Hahey. Why don't you start it off with him?
Alrighty. Patrick Hahey got us up here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness, man. That was a heck of a finish. First of all, I gotta take us through what happened on the back straightaway and that amazing run that you had. Did you have any idea that run was coming?
No, I had no idea that run was coming. I just kind of was like, I got separated from the rest of the team because we were playing a lot of team strategy there, and I just was like, I gotta follow the lead car in front of me and just go for it at that point. And the seas parted, somehow everybody spun around me, and I was like, oh no, I have a shot at this one. But yeah, just didn't have the right strategy there for that block. I didn't want to block him too hard because I was worried I was going to put all of us in the wall in turn 3 and 4, and that would have been super embarrassing.
So this, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is your first career top 3 finish in OSCA?
Yes, this should be. I had a couple opportunities at Daytona and just couldn't pay it off there. So don't call me a restrictor plate guy. It just takes some luck here, unfortunately, or fortunately.
Yeah, how does it feel being up here? Obviously, it's finishing top 3 in this league. It's not easy with the talent level in it, so it has to feel like a huge accomplishment.
No, there's a lot of really good racers here, and anytime, personally, I score a top 10. It feels really good with the quality of drivers here and the quality of racing here. Every top 10 is earned. Every top 5, you really earn it. Top 3, yeah, take it because you've earned it.
Pretty well. That was a heck of a run, heck of a push on the back straightaway. So, any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you want to give out?
Yeah, I'll just thank the team. Do good for calling the right strategy. Everybody was up front for most of the race. I mean, heck, you saw in the first race too. Like we were all pretty much up there until I tried to chop somebody off in the tri-oval. But yeah, Racing America, I'll give them the plug too. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks, guys.
Hey, there's your 3rd place finisher, Patrick Hahey.
All right. And I guess I will grab our 2nd place finisher for half number 2, Mr. Gilberto Javier Gomera, buddy. We talked to you in Atlanta. We told you to go get it, and you were so damn close. And I feel so bad for you, buddy, but I know a good run like this probably feels great for you.
Oh, yeah, man. It's crazy how close it was, especially with me and D West. I mean, everybody raced clean at the end. Well, apart from me causing that big one, which I take blame for. I was pushing beers trying to get the line going, and I got a little squirrely and hit Jake, and it kind of triggered that. I'm lucky that I got away with it, but man, it was so close. Tonight overall was fun. Kind of lost the draft in the first half because I think just had a bad pit stop, and then this half it was all going fine and had another bad pit stop. So, but overall it was a fun night. Another good finish that I needed, like you said, and hopefully get the ball rolling and go after it again next week.
Where did that run come from? Because, like, I mean, we were looking, right? And then you were just kind of there. We saw that you tucked it 3. Were you thinking about going 4 for a second?
I don't know if I wanted to go 4. Like, looking at the replay now, I'm surprised the line even got momentum. It was the 87 that helped me get that line going. and I wasn't expecting Beers to kind of come right back down and block that line. Well, I should have expected it as well because it is plate racing. I know that's one of the things that he does. He does it pretty well at it too, but I was not trying to make it 4 at all. I was just trying to like keep it 3, and because 4 is just, it's possible, but it's just really treacherous. You need everybody to kind of just be mindful of the fact that the truck just moves around a lot in the draft, and I just didn't want to put anybody in a position where they had to do something they weren't comfortable with. So I just wanted to try to keep it as clean as possible, and it kind of worked, kind of didn't, but that's just the nature of plate racing. I got away with 1, so that's really all I can say.
All right, buddy. Well, anybody you want to shout out for getting you up here?
Yeah, that's just shout out to Tim letting me race for his team this season. It's been fun, especially the last couple weeks. I felt like it's been kind of like a confidence booster that I've been needing for a while. Obviously, shout out to Miss Goodies, just been representing the brand for the past, I want to say 5 seasons now with them, and I'm so glad that Goody decided to hop on board the car again for this season. And as you mentioned earlier, the trucks have been looking good. I've been trying the best I can since I've been painting them, but they have been looking good. And yeah, just shout out to them and shout out to you guys again for just doing a great job in the broadcast and bringing the action out here on 3YTV.
All right, buddy. We appreciate it. Hopefully we get to talk to you again. Maybe as a winner next time. But it's always great to hear from you, buddy. We'll let you go celebrate.
All right, thank you. Have a good one, guys.
All right, Cam. David Westergreen or Dylan Thomas, you take your pick.
Well, I'll go ahead and pull. We'll get D-West here. D-West, you got a copy?
I got a copy, buddy.
All right, man. Well, how about we go with this? 2 years and 4 days since you last won. How does that feel?
I won the same way too, baiting and banging to the line. At the same track. I need to win one in a different track so that I can stop breaking long winless streaks at Talladega. But this is very fantastic. What a terrible start to the night. Felt really bad the way the first half went, and ran up front the whole way through the second half. Felt really strong. It's just I always find a way at these plate tracks, man. I love racing them. I like how the car feels. It's my bread and butter. I just know how to make the move work, and oh my goodness, what a result. I'm real happy. I went and got some whiskey to celebrate. Had to do my my shot here because woo.
What kind you got there?
Jameson. That's all I had in the cupboard, but we'll take it.
All right. Yeah, pretty good. Well, I mean, we saw a lot of. I mean, it's Talladega, so obviously we saw a lot of team plays tonight and a lot of things like that. But I mean, at various points throughout this race, it looked like at one point the TMR trucks had a pretty good lead, and then it was the South Shore trucks that had a stranglehold, and then really for a lot of that last half, the Redux trucks looked like they were going to be a little untouchable. So, what was the strat from your perspective? Did you guys have a set plan, or it was kind of just play it by ear and see what everybody else is doing? What got you to the end there?
Well, I'll take you all the way back to the first half because I thought we had the winning strategy in the first half going. I felt we were lined up, me and Ray and AJ all behind Zach. I felt like we were gonna, make up time on pit road there, be out in front of the field and be able to kind of block them up so that we had the lead of the big pack once we got back going. And I left tires checked, and then on coming to pit road, me and Zach didn't communicate right on how to and where his pit stall was in relation to mine, and I ended up blocking him out of his pit box. So we all fell off the pack except for Ray, and I hate that. I hate that for Zach. He's obviously a little perturbed by everything, but I was dedicated to him. I was gonna push him until we got out of the tri-oval basically. So that stinks, and I feel really bad. And obviously he didn't work with us in the second half. When he stayed out, I was like, okay, well, that's it then. I'll go my own route. And you were right. The Redux trucks were the ones that were working together really well. And there was a point there where me and AJ got clear on the outside, and we each blocked up a lane so that they couldn't work together to bypass us. And I thought that worked pretty well. That was our best chance to stop them up because Ray got caught up in that wreck. And I mean, it's team games obviously, but you have to play them. in OSCA. I mean, Ty and James have both worked on my team before. We work together really well typically, and I was able to keep him up there. But then AJ got caught up in that last wreck, so I was basically flying solo there on the green white checkered, and I formed a light alliance with Beers to try and get us up there, and those do good boys came pushing through. I thought they were gonna steal one from me there, but yeah, I mean, what a finish, dude. I'm so excited about it. I was whooping and hollering. And gosh, it's been a long time, man.
Not to toot horns, but you mentioned James and I. The last South Shore Sweep before the season was myself and James last season. So at what?
Oh, yeah.
Uplight track.
Yep. I told you we work really well here. It's been. I felt what was cool too. The last lap, it wasn't a team thing, right? It was. I don't know what Gilberto is. I think he's Carlos's team.
He's Weekend Woodsman.
He's Weekend Woods. So it was Weekend Woodsman, a do good, and a South Shore going for the win there. There's no team alliances. I knew I was going to have to get around the 87 and hold off the 99, and I just had to make the right moves. And I think we bounced off. I bounced off of each one of them once, and I felt like that was pretty reasonable given the circumstances. Trying to shoot myself forward a little bit as much as I could, and man, dude, I'll take it, man. How about Gilberto though, man? He kind of got into somebody on the back straightaway there, but racing him to the line, he didn't just turn me into the wall or anything. He totally could have. He did a great job. Didn't block me to where we would spin out and wreck. We made it so that one of us three was going to win the dang race, and I do appreciate that from those guys.
Absolutely. Well, we're done with the Super Speedway stuff for I think the rest of the season at this point. So
sad.
Next week we're heading down to Florida for Homestead. I'm showing you have an average finish of 16. I think with the way you've been running this season, that's going to go down. How you feeling about that one?
I love Homestead. I always end up having good pace and bad results there. So, it'll be. We'll get it going. I think at Homestead it should be fine. I'll. At this point, my goal for this season was make the playoffs, win a race. One down and one on its way. So after that, I mean, there's a road course in the playoffs with eliminator format. I think I'm about cooked when it comes to the championship, but you never know. I mean, we can see what happens, but just to go out and finally nab a win in the good race, that's the one I've circled every time. So we were close at Daytona, didn't get it done, but found a way to get it done here. I'm really excited about that, and Homestead should be fun. Tune in next week for sure.
I mean, if you want to do a little secret swap, I'm sure nobody would notice, but I'll drive your car at the road course. If you want to put your butt up here, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing it. I will definitely take that over a super speedway. Definitely.
Yeah, I would do that if Vic would allow it, but unfortunately, the dear leader would have no such thing.
Thank you for talking to us, David. Before let's go, you got any shout outs for us?
I do, dude. I've been running the Ironman car. This was I'm up around 270 some odd OSCA starts, most of anybody. Got my 100th top 10 last 2 weeks ago at Atlanta, so this would be 101 with the win. It's pretty cool. Cool to be around that long and have being able to accumulate that many stats, but I couldn't do it without my partners at Bite Size Sports. They've been on board for a bunch of years. I've only ever won one race with them. They came on board after a couple of my early wins. I finally get to shout them out in victory lane, which is freaking awesome. Get to shout out Traders Brewing Company, Batflip Podcast. This is my podcast. They're on the deck lid of the truck. Go check them out for baseball stuff. We do like a player of the day poll every day to go and try to figure out who was like the best player of the year. That's going to be like our MVP system this year. It's going to be really fun. So please do come participate in the polls. And then obviously South Shore Racing, all my teammates, Ray, AJ, Tate, who couldn't be here tonight. He is single parenting right now, and it's going to cost him some time this season. He's going to be with us anytime he can, but he's got a baby to take care of, and that's pretty important. So shout out to Tate. We got it done for you. And then thanks to my girlfriend for letting me race. I appreciate it.
Just hate when life gets in the way, but hey, no, we miss you, Tate. Good luck with the baby. Don't let it poop all over you too much. Kind of what they do. But yeah, I appreciate you talking to us, David. I certainly, I don't think that we're gonna have to be waiting 2 years for your next one, but definitely cool to see you get it here tonight in such a really cool way. I mean, a cool battle with Gilly. really couldn't have ended better. So, good luck next week, and go get yourself in the playoffs.
I appreciate it, buddy. We're gonna do our best. Have a good one, guys. Have a great podcast. Thank you for it.
All right, well, that was your half 2 winner, Dave Westergreen, and I guess James, since you're joining us tonight, you want to get some extra talking time in, we can go ahead and give you our half 1 winner, Dylan Thomas. Here he is.
Alrighty. Dylan Thomas got us up in the booth.
10-4.
All right. Well, first of all, congratulations on the half 1 win, and just tell us about that final lap. Just go through what was going through your head and what strategies you were trying to play out there coming to the checkered.
I knew Peeler wouldn't leave my bumper. I just kept watching the mirror. And I actually asked him going down the back, are you clear? And the very second I asked him if he was clear, I think it was Dusty made it 3 as we tried to make a move to the bottom. And it watered up the whole field. I saw Beers coming up, and I was like, all right, I got to fake him high, fake him low. And then we coming through the trouble, I had to get to his right rear. And we did a little side draft, and then him actually door slamming me coming to the line helped because it shoved me in front of, I think it was Scarborough, and I think that little shove pushed me in front and got the win.
Yeah, looks like you really got the shake and bake going with Peeler, getting a good result there in half 1 for those beautiful Talladega Nights cars. Now, take us through the race-ending incident there in half 2, and what you saw from the cockpit there on that next to last green-white checkered.
Honestly, felt like I was following the line in front of me, and I've already watched the replay. It looked like Dusty was going to make it 3 with no help, which, I mean, that's a move, but you got to have some help, so that's why I was upset there, but it's all good. We'll move on past that and go to the next race.
So, when you and Peeler were 1 and 2 on that restart, did you guys have any sort of strategy in mind, like either pulling the okie dokie and you tuck in behind Peeler, or both of you guys control the 2 lines from the front?
We actually talked about that, and it was, let's just start the race. Don't play no games, don't do nothing, we'll just play it how it goes out.
And one last question, how close were you on fuel on that one?
I was good for another green-white checkered, I think.
Wow. All right, well, heck of a job tonight. Congrats on the half 1 win, and any sponsors, plugs, and shout-outs you want to give?
You know, I got to thank everybody over at Banks Racing and Nurse Aviator and Weekend Woodsmen and Vic for giving us a place to race. I mean, we have a blast every week, so looking forward to the next one.
Alrighty, thank you, Dylan. There's our half 1 winner.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for you here tonight. James, thank you. I think we lost Ty. Oh, yeah, he's heading to the infield care center himself because he's having a little bit of issues. So
Gonna get some migrants
it's
on
just
him.
Just you and me, James. James, thank you for joining me here tonight. Seeing half 2 and a little bit of half 1, I believe, or you came in right at half 2, so might have seen the end of half 1. But final thoughts from the race here tonight?
Yeah, that was honestly the best kind of night of plate racing you could hope for. You know, we didn't see too many dumb moves out there. It wasn't a complete wreckfest, you know, as you can see sometimes here at Talladega. And we ended up getting some absolutely jaw-dropping finishes there. So it's exactly what you want to see from a Talladega race. So yeah, hats off to everyone out there.
Yeah, we had it all here tonight. We had a caution-free race. We had a chaos-filled race. We had drama in the booth. We had spiciness out on track. We had people yelling at each other. We had Plenty of innuendos as well in the booth tonight that are going to end up in another video. So look for that on Tuesday. But
or whenever available.
Yeah.
That's not rushing.
Whenever available.
Yeah, that's not rushing.
It's cooking. It's good cooking needs time to work. So anyway, that's all we have here for you tonight. Join us next week, same time, same place. It's going to be at Homestead Miami Speedway. So if you liked what you saw here tonight, it's going to be different. We're not going to have Super Speedway racing anymore this season. And we are quickly approaching the chase for these drivers. It looks like 3 more races, and then we will set the field for the playoffs. So have a good night, everybody. I'm Cameron Rich, James Watson in the booth, Ty McIntosh on his way to the hospital, and Carlos Acosta bringing you the best shots in sim racing. Have a good night, everybody.